Tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. Get it, big kahunas.
We're here live with Learn to Trade
Yeah.
Again. Hi, everybody. How's it
happening?
going? I actually have not logged into Unity, so I'm going to do that in a minute. But Obi, how was your afternoon? I mean, we have a couple trades on. Oh, I'll have to get out of my SMCI here, and then I can, it will load up. There it is. We should be able to. Oh, no, it's still Joseph. That's why. Okay, we'll get the names figured out at the bottom. But I'm short SMCI right now as the market comes back in. The market's back at the low of the day. Welcome back to the show. Yeah, there it is, SMCI. We just covered a little bit down there near that bottom. So short. We did get stopped out of one little play there in the midday when volume really picked up. And I think Obi and I actually had, I mean, I like sitting beside this guy. There's no doubt about that. We had a good discussion about, you know, when volume just picks up and almost runs your stop. You had an example there on Disney before as well, and it looks like we almost
low volume run up.
Right there on this was a high volume run up, but your example was low volume. Yeah. But just out of nowhere, stopping us out and then waiting for the pullback was more my example there. So we had a huge wick to the top side, then waited for it to pull back in, then re-engaged in the short, and now we're starting to print a little bit lower. So yeah, that was my afternoon. Got in did the kilometer there of swimming. Nice. We're trying to do that every day in the midday there. Quick, it's just real quick. Today I want to get back to trade.
Is the pool usually packed or like
no
at this time? Yeah, that's perfect.
No, I'm probably and I'm really old, but I'm probably like the youngest by like half in that pool. And midday at the YMCA is a jam. There's no doubt. There's no doubt about that. No, there's some young people in there.
Yeah.
Like, but there you go. Anyways, so pretty good. You work out a bit, don't you? Or
a little bit, yeah. So sometimes I work out. You just at home, you know, just body weight exercises.
Neil's all about that too.
Might go cycling sometimes, but nothing too crazy. I do have to. I got a jump rope, but I haven't really been doing that cardio.
Rocky.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So
actually, skipping is tough, man.
Yeah, it really takes a lot out of you. Yeah, it's endurance.
No
right?
doubt about
that. We used to do it a lot for Muay Thai, like for like any sort of like boxing or like any sort of like.
You're into Muay Thai?
Yeah, definitely.
Every month or every week?
No. I haven't practiced in a long time, but there was years on end where we were practicing training like every day. So you know,
that's
it was fun.
There's my position, SMCI short 1864.
Market's coming in, man, but like, look
is
at that white back up. Yeah, no, while we were talking, I was like, look back at it. It's pretty much reverted the whole thing. That strong Kwadunk that kind of came into the markets right there. You could see that bar on the ES. We still have about 11 minutes for this 15-minute bar to print, and already we're wiping right back up. That's pretty interesting here. I guess I am in this Disney short still. This thing's continuing to the downside, man. You're short in the morning. We pretty much had a strong reason to get short off of that push, that morning drive that fails to follow through that pre-market high. And oh boy, we're definitely in a trend. And guess what, Sean? I guess I am with the trend today. It's
nice when the trend is your friend.
Yeah, gotta be friends with the trend. The trend's going to happen with or without you. That's what I realized. Like, I can choose to be friends or not. Sometimes.
All right. The one thing I want to talk about, I mean, we had this BTCT. I was actually talking with some friends, just over actually talking. So funny. Me and Marissa were talking about that. Like, talking now means like, okay, you send some text messages or something to people, right? So it's like, anyways, some of these crypto names, BTCT, and there's a few other ones, and then also the quantum computing names, QBTS, QTUM is the ETF. Some of these names continue to have some moves. And there's another one, QBTS, QUBT, that's the other one. Thank you, Sharif. Yeah, so there's a bunch of them. Like here it is, QUBT. And then someone had a good name on the midday show there, RIG, something T, RIGQ, something, up 55. RGTI, good one there. Yeah, up 50% today, QUBT. So lots of names to discuss. We've got Sharif over at the screen. Let's not waste any more time.
Bounce.
My favorite throw. There it is.
Look at this. You see this apple?
Welcome to the Afternoon Rundown, everybody, the show where you decide what we talk about every day. Obi and Sean, locked and loaded, ready to look at the tickers. So join us during that midday show and vote for your favorite tickers in the chat, but you've got to be a sub, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and then the boys will look at it for you. Let's have a look here at the Qs. The Dow, the ES, and the NQ all down 1/3 of a point. The Russell 2000 really taking it on the chin today, down 1%, underperforming the other indices. Let's look at the first ticker, though, as decided by you. TSLA, tough day for Tesla today as it continues to sell off after gaining a lot after the election, about 5 1/5 down in the red today. Jefferies did chime in on this one today, maintaining their hold on Tesla, but boosting the price target from, I believe, 195 to 300, but they're still maintaining that neutral, guys.
All right. Yeah, look, Tesla, it's funny because the names that me and Obi have been talking about really aren't on that list. I mean, we were just talking about, well, Google is a good one. Sharif was trading that one. Yeah. But we were just looking at Microsoft, of course, and then you got your big Disney, and we're in SMCI, which will be third. So, all right, Tesla today. Look, wow, I don't really, on the note today, we had it written down because obviously there was going to be, there was going to be some plays happening on Tesla. We wrote down 330 on the sticky note here today. So this is the most embarrassing moment here for me. There's Tesla 330. We had it written down there. We like that trade, but unfortunately we don't have it. And the day's high on Tesla today is like 330.05 or something like that. So it came right in there, right at the open. And of course, we did not have our order there. So there's the short. There it is. Come right back in. Now $18 in the money, but down 5%. I still believe in it. I think a lot of us still like the stock. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's going to continue to do this. It's a big sell-off, big bump up there for Elon. I don't know. I feel like some of this has to do with maybe Chinese weakness as well, possibly. Like, just worried about that China stimulus and the consumer over there. They're a big, huge part of Tesla's story, China. And maybe with some of this tariff talk, maybe they're thinking that there's not as much love over there for Tesla as potentially we thought. I don't really know why. I mean, Sharif went over some stories there, but that's a big move. Like 360 down to 310 right now. Like to me, it seems a little overdone right there for Tesla. But again, the momentum is something that we never want to deny here, especially in this business, right? You want to make sure that you respect what's been happening. And these kind of plays back to VWAP remain one of the most solid plays. What's up, Neil? How you doing, my guy? He'll be back very, very soon. He's doing great. His Achilles apparently holding up. He says there. The cobblestone streets, not super great for injuries, but he's fine. All right, 320 I think would be a good one there as well. But anyways, Tesla keeps on going to the downside. If you want to think about where to buy this name, we talked about this earlier today, didn't we? And it was right here. I think this 300 level should hold. But the problem is we might get it tomorrow. So smart if you sold up top. If you're holding it, I think it's fine. I don't know. I like the robo-taxi stuff. I like all that stuff. So we'll wait to see what happens here with Tesla. Well oversold. Always when there's a gap, play back to VWAP. Missed trade today. We had it. Oh, well.
Yeah, no, I definitely kind of had this one on watch over the past couple of days there. Post earnings, man. I mean, I don't know too much about fundamentals, but there's definitely some things on the chart going on here where a bit of a move all the way up to 358, and then more in the after hours and the pre-market, and I think the Blue Ocean session as well. Kind of interesting tests of price, and then you get that kind of a backside move coming in. Again, it showed you that it didn't really want that 350, and then the next day it doesn't really want 345s. This morning does not really want 330s. Right off of the open, very, very distinct about letting us know what prices it's kind of running away from, kind of stair-stepping down on Tesla. But yeah, no, where is the bid? You just got to look back at it and see if some of these resistances, as we stair-stepped further up, turn into supports on the way back down. But nice little downtrend on the day today. A bit of a backside. Healthy. We talk about healthy pullbacks, right, Sean? So definitely a bit of a healthy pullback off of that 350, 360 area on Tesla.
Cool.
No catalyst on Google today, guys. None that I could find anyway, but it's run up quite aggressively since the election. So possibly some profit taking today, down 2%. The reason I put this headline, obviously, is because Microsoft has Microsoft Azure and Google has Google Cloud. So in this headline came in midday that the government looking at announcing plans to investigate Microsoft's cloud division, Azure. So no sympathy placed specific with Google, but just thought I'd let you know, down 2%.
Okay. Yeah, that was very, very interesting. I mean, you were watching it on the midday. I didn't really have too much of a chance to look at it, but Google did have that big move. I sold some the other day at 180, and I was a little regretting of that play. But yeah, what did you see on Google today? And I'll get a chance.
No, I actually was talking to Sharif about this before I left the desk, and I didn't really have the trade because I wasn't at the desk. But I was like, wow, Google is really selling off relative to the rest of the Mag 7. This thing was absolutely weak on the day. Definitely someone. I was like, there's definitely a seller on this, as it was distinctly different from the rest of the market. Market's a little bit on a downtrend as well, but I was just like, yeah, no, look for that potential reversion. But we're still trading well below that VWAP. Again, aggressive selling. So the thing is, like, I don't know when or if they'll be done that selling, when and if that comes out. But the thing is, that's what I was looking for. We did get a bit of a trend break right here. You can see those 15-minute candles pretty aggressively sold off. Go into the 30-minute, you can see it a little bit better here on the way down. VWAP rejections and now sideways consolidation while the market tries to find a bid, maybe on top of this 2100 here. Let's see if this trend break really gets us back to VWAP going into the end of the day. There's only about an hour and 45 minutes roughly left on the day, but that's what I got on Google. Not sure if it had a catalyst today. Not doing a little bit of relative volume there on the day. We know over the past couple of days there's been news on AI search engines and different companies coming out with some of those searches as well. So maybe a little bit of a late move coming in on Google. Who knows? But definitely sellers in charge in the morning half there.
Yeah, no, this is a name that I'm pretty nervous about, to be honest with you. I mean, I know we talked about it being one of the largest and is the largest holding that I have. I just don't, well, we got lighter, so I'm not sure if it is anymore. But yeah, I don't really like the action here. The thing about it, though, is what I can't wrap my head around with this business, and look, I can't wrap my head around a lot of things, but it's like quantum computing and Google, to me, it's kind of like, all right, those two should be somewhat hand in hand. Google is, I believe, the biggest player in quantum computing. Tell me if maybe I'm wrong there, chat. We have IBM as well. I like that stock just as much. I like Google. I don't know. I mean, I think chat is going to be a problem. ChatGPT with the search engine that they're working on that.
I think they're
Grok. I mean, yeah,
they're coming out with the search engine as well. Maybe
you're always going to get, a gun pointed at you when you, quite frankly, are this big. And we saw that, and we're going to talk about after this rundown, but Microsoft had an investigation or a look into today. And I mean, that's going to be the problem. And I think that
discount.
The U.S. government keeps on wanting to understand and figure out and not allow, these U.S. companies to grow even bigger. I do understand that there's monopolistic tendencies to some of these things. Yeah. I think Google's going to be fine. YouTube remains huge. I like the business there. I like the stock, but yeah, this little move down is not super exciting. Not really holding its highs off earnings. So not as dramatic as Tesla, but I like Google better than Tesla right now. All right, let's go back over to Sharif as I try to think about more SMCI now, 50 cents in the money.
Delisting now or some other form of penalty a real possibility now as we inch closer to the deadline. I should tell you guys that I'm seeing conflicting reports about when that deadline is for them to file their quarterly report with the NASDAQ. Some reports I'm seeing are tomorrow. Some people are saying Saturday, so unsure exactly there, but down another 10 2/3% today. You should know that if they do get delisted from the NASDAQ, about $1.75 billion worth of bond payments will have to be made to bondholders, fundamentally affecting their balance sheet. Separately, this company was delisted in 2018. It was relisted again in 2020. So this is not something that they haven't experienced before.
You say those numbers, like when we're talking about billions and everything like that. What is the market cap of SMCI right now? Let's have a quick little look at this SMCI right now. Market cap, why thank you, Adara, for the Java. All right, market cap of 10 billion right now. And that's probably does not include today's move. I don't know if this gets updated real time or not. Let's just say we're south of 10 right now in the billions. They're not going to be able to, the delist is probably going to kill them. And whoops, I just closed that. That's probably good. So I wanted to show you anyways there that, hey, we have Peter Schiff coming on tomorrow. Make sure you join us 22 hours from now. People thinking 12 p.m. tomorrow.
Yes.
And we'll have Peter Schiff on. But we liked SMCI today, 18 short to 1850. The only problem is we got clocked out of it right there. So we were in it, good short early, made good money there, got hit. This is where we got hit the most and gave it all back, but now we're back into it, thankfully, and able to make some money back here. But we started shorting again into 1850. At that time, oh, sorry, it was right into here, sorry. Right into here. So we going short into 1850. We got stopped out there once it broke 1875. The thing is, the high was 1885, so we didn't save ourselves that much money by getting out, but then we reshorted it, and then this happened. So that was very, very profitable. Then right at 10 o'clock, we did it again and got out, and that's where we were about flat on the stock. And now here, one out as we broke through 1865, but that was just temporary, got more short. Now we run at SMCI back into the lows. So I'm waiting for this thing to break 18. I do have a bid at 1802. Then after that, we go a little bit lower. Hey, look, if we're right on this stock and this happens again to us, yesterday we were waiting all afternoon for this, right? It came in, so we hit it. Now we wait again for that shelf to break one more time. We did not hit it yesterday. It went down a buck and change. What about that shelf that we're looking at right now here, right in our face, $18? That breaks, then yeah, let's get back into 1760 and start spinning some money around here again. So I really like SMCI here. We're getting some more out because, hey, it's the market, and we're kind of stuck in the middle right now. So we'll wait to see where it goes. But SMCI is, I'm not going to say it's going to zero because that would be, you know, like, what do you think I have, Morgan Stanley? Like when Carvana was at $5, Morgan Stanley slapped a $1 price target on it. Now Carvana is $270 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's not that high, is it? CVNA.
You don't want to be.
Yeah, it is.
Exactly.
250. Yeah, its high was 250 right there off of Morgan Stanley downgrade at $5. So anyways, I really, really like SMCI here. ASML is another interesting name, but are we going over to Obi?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Oh, okay. Sharif. ASML, guys, up about 4%, 3.91% on the day. Well off the highs, though. This was dancing with 710 or so at the peak. This is what caused the stock to bump. So the CEO coming out and giving a forecast of what he perceives to be the state of the global chip market, growing, according to him, at 9% per year, bypassing that $1 trillion mark, guys, by 2030.
Lee.
All right. So, So trade the pool. Trade the pool allows traders like you to get evaluated and trade real shares using the company's capital. With no PDT rule holding you back, that's a real edge in trading. Here's the exciting part. The Trade the Pool has just launched a limited edition program for stock traders. For a one-time fee of $97, you'll receive $20,000 in buying power. All you need to do is reach the profit goal. The best part? This limited edition program has now reduced its profit goal and fewer minimum trades required to reach the funded phase. Plus, the profit split is upgraded. Keep 70% of the profits. Don't miss the chance to explore this limited offer. Join now for free. The link is in the description. Trade the pool. All right, so we're talking about ASML, I guess.
Great job, Obi. Great job.
I mean, I guess I can quickly go over that SMCI as well. SMCI, we're looking for that backside continuation move, right? Again, it's giving us more of the same. We talked about this in the pre-market, looking for pops to get involved with. And again, you guys have seen that Sean has been involved all day on this name. This thing actually clipped that 90 mark right there. Can't even get into some of those after-hour levels from yesterday. And all of that strength pretty much getting sold back into. We're trading about at 50% of the opening range. So pretty much an inside day today, but that aggressive buying off of the open has been pretty much sold into. ASML, yeah, I think I didn't really have eyes on this one today, but doing some relative volume. I guess they had some news, I guess, in the morning. Doing some, I guess, again, relative volume gap up and then get that fade coming in. Nice little breakdown of this trend here, continuing to the downside. So we're trading actually below this low day as of right now. I don't know where this anchored is coming from, but probably, if I were to take a guess, maybe from earnings is a wild guess.
It's I know it's Investors and Investor Day.
Today's Investors Day. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
So they've been talking about a growth of over 9% in the chip space. So they're looking to get a little aggressive in that space. Yeah. So that's ASML.
No, it's interesting where it's selling off from, right? Like, look, consolidation post earnings right here for the longest time. You have this. So this is what? How many days is this? It's about 11 trading days right there. It consolidates comes back into this level right here, and then sells off in and around that midday. So interesting. Let's see how well it closes up relative to where it's at right now. Trading about 700, 699 flat, but gap fill would be all the way down to 673.
Yeah, look, I like ASML. I mean, the thing is that they're not going to be able to replicate this business that they're in. It's kind of like they've got the stranglehold on these lithography machines or there with ASML. So pretty beat up, right? I mean, they dropped their earnings. Remember, it was like a day late or whatever it was there when they wound up dropping. They were a day early, sorry, came back in. Huge move down. Started this big scare in a lot of the names. But now you've maybe found that bottom. Maybe you just sort of looked at it there. We can look at it on First Solar is another name that I think, I was just looking at First Solar. We'll get to that in a couple minutes. But here's ASML. I want to go through the weekly. So even on the daily here, 660, I mean, that's where we stopped. You would have thought that the potential you could have gone back into 580. But this is a really, really solid name. Again, this is, I believe it's Dutch. So, you know, it's an ADR. But at the end of the day on the weekly chart, this is what we are looking at, this 200 period. I'd like to get back above it, and we are very, very close. It looks like it's 699 or so, 701 basically. We're at 699. So I feel that now we've proven ourselves. It wants to hold that level. So I think you can go here with ASML. I like the long. I think it's well deserved to be dip bought here. I don't know if we get all the way back. I mean, obviously there's something underneath the hood here a little bit, but well sold off. And just like Boeing, I think at some point, and Sharif and I were sort of talking about this, and I heard the guys talking about it on the midday as well. At some point, you're going to want to dip buy some of these companies that just can't be repeated. You're not just going to IPO a brand new company that's going to start making 737s or anything like that, right? So you got to be able to sort of isolate all that and figure it out. So for right now, I like ASML approaching that 701. That would be a break of the 200 period on the weekly. That's generally speaking a good level. So ASML, thumbs up from this guy.
That is literally the same level that I charted yesterday, that 200 exponential on the weekly. Shout out to Sean. Coinbase, the next look here. Look, this is the daily on Coinbase. I didn't really want to show you guys the daily or the intraday chart because it's only up 1% with Bitcoin pulling back. But what I wanted to show you was kind of the similar look that we have on Coinbase and Bitcoin, where it kind of did that rounded bottom, that cup and handle pattern, where it was multiple years of that flat. Then we had that sideways moving and a nice breakout there, but no specific headline today for Coinbase or even Bitcoin, guys.
All right. Yeah, so the only thing, I mean, we traded this BTCT today, and I'll just go over this real quick. I mean, we were able to get out of it. I wish we would have pushed short here on the 200 period moving average, but there's the little buy. Remember, we had about $1.50. We got out of half of it there at VWAP. It stopped from 23.50 up to 25. Our best out was like 25.20s or something. And then once it broke back through that 23.25, basically where we were in, we wind up getting out and making money on the whole thing overall. But there's the drop down in, not the same response that it had the last couple of days. So that one's a little bit of a, wait on that. I don't know. Again, a short flow. It's only 3 million shares total, or 2.5 million shares outstanding in the first place. All right, so we had some fun trading IBIT today for sure. We're up on IBIT today, so yay on that one. But again, like, we might have just got a little too excited there. We were getting get out if it broke 88,000, and it did that. So we had that level right there. As soon as we broke $50 on IBIT, it wound up getting out. But silly us, it goes down as far as 75s. If I just put that target there, then we're laughing all the way back to the bank, because IBIT is right now at the high. It's not the high of the day. We had that huge drop again off the open, but we're basically at the high of where we need to be, above VWAP, and trying to go a little bit northbound here. Bitcoin itself, 89.3. We can have a quick look at that chart here. Why not pull it back in just a little bit to show you guys what we're talking about. Whoopsies, we don't need to learn more about that. So here comes Bitcoin. This is just a 3-minute chart. It looks like, so that top that we're talking about is going to be 91, and then there's the break of 88. So it does happen right there in the middle of the day. But look, still support. So I like that level again. This time, we'll take maybe a little less shares and give it to that bottom. So right now, we're trying to get back up. We bounced off the 50 period a little bit. You could see big dramatic move there, 91.6 all the way down, right off the open. So right when the market opened, I guess a flat PPI it didn't like. Doesn't make any sense to me, but there goes Bitcoin downside there today. I don't know. I'm still looking at 84,000. Like, this is 86. A little bit lower than that is where I'm trying to buy. Here's 84. This is actually 85. 84 is right into here. But I think 85 is a buy spot here. Just going back to the low of the week. For me, I like Bitcoin. I like IBIT. Look, I mean, IBIT was one of my best names yesterday. We'll look to put some more on here soon. Maybe the 200 period. I don't know. Any thoughts? We haven't looked at Mara lately. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I guess
Coinbase. Actually, I skipped right over Coinbase. You have Coinbase? Go.
Yeah, I got
Good.
Coinbase up. I mean, I don't know. There's a bit of a sideways chop. Again, we're waiting for I guess a distinct move there on Bitcoin as it does take a bit of a pullback there. But we've been sold off for I guess 2 days straight now. Some strong volume coming in on Monday with that run up. And I guess we made a high of 343s in Monday's pre-market, making lower highs since then, but catching a bit of a bid here on top of some of those prices that we gapped up off of. So interesting look there, a bit of a bounce off of 275 as well. 287 is trading right now. So it is reclaimed that VWAP, breaking out of this consolidation. Opening price on Coinbase is 291, trading at 287.70 right now. So let's see if it catches a bit of a bid going into the close. Only about an hour and 34 minutes left in the trading day. A bit of a level over here at 305s. I don't think it's going to get all the way there just going into the end of the day today. But I don't know. It's pretty much sideways, kind of choppy today on Coinbase. But names like Mara, Riot, I haven't really been looking at them on the day today. But yeah, similar story here. Kind of a sell-off every day. It's getting sold off. Either, I guess, in the pre-market, in the after hours, or all day yesterday as well. Strong continuation. Today is day 2 earnings on Mara here. So strong continuation, sell right off of the open there happening on Mara. I don't know about Riot. We can look at MSTR as well if we're going to be looking at some of these crypto names. So yeah, similar story here on Riot, selling off for the past few days, and MSTR is probably going to look the same. I'm just going to take a guess. We know that it got sold off pretty nicely yesterday. Okay, so only yesterday has it really sold off aggressively. It's been catching a bit of a bid for the prior 2 days as well. On MSTR, 320 lows. That's interesting. Pre-market lows right there. Okay, so I guess this trend was from yesterday. I don't need that anymore. 320, bit of a base that keeps on, I guess, catching a bid over the past couple of days as well. Interesting now that it does it in the open market. You're just saying SMCI is coming in. Let's take a look at MSCI.
There, to be
Oh
honest
boy,
with you guys. We just took 60 cents on that one. It just touched 1803s, so we took that bid out. Did we get 03s or 04s? My bad. We got 03s, so okay. So I told you we were bidding that level, so we did that. Now we're bidding below 18. Hopefully we do get a break on SMCI. I want to thank right here the detail buff, because I assume that you are potentially nervous about SMCI. So the thing is that what happens to your contracts if it gets delisted? So all of these names that get delisted, they have a home, and it's called OTC markets. So most of them will go over into the pink sheets where we saw Fisker go for a while. That will give you more than enough opportunities to clear those, whatever options you might have there. Hopefully, if it gets delisted, you're looking at puts. So that would be what you're looking at right there. Otherwise, you can go to the options clearing board and go find that out. You can Google it, try to figure out what would happen with your contracts. But yeah, that's generally speaking. Some cases you'll get a cash settlement immediately, but you're going to have to just figure that one out. I'm not really I've never had that situation happen to me. I've had situations happen where I've been in a name where there's been a buyout, and then you get that end price. And then the options will settle there. One example would have been Twitter, where the final price was $58.
Oh yeah.
Or was it 56? Whatever.
That was a big trade.
Yeah, so that was a good one. So the minute, because remember there was like, Elon was going to go to court, and then he didn't want to buy it, and then the breakup fee was like in the billions anyways. Yeah. So there was all these things there. So there was some arbitrage there. So I was involved with that one, and that just got cash settled upon, because it made sense for me not to put them to market. So it just closed at, it was 56 or 58. I can't remember the exact price there, but
I don't.
yeah. Anyways, great question. Lots of opportunities there to trade options, and you can get that for Joe maybe tomorrow or anytime. I can get that figured out as well. But I think that's a Google. That might be a Google thing. I might have this banana at some point.
Yeah, no, I had mine earlier. It was pretty dope.
Yeah, I like having banana. The banana's good. I mean, especially
It's a little bit of potassium, a little bit of energy.
All right. I like that. What's your coffee situation? You still have that. Hey, show everybody what's in that bowl.
I re-upped.
Show everybody what's in that bowl.
After, like, I finished my bowl.
Hurry up, show
and
everybody.
then.
It's fruit salad, baby. There it is. That's what we're waiting for, though. Fruit salad action. There we go. Normally, I'm glad to have another
pineapple. You know, you got to have
fruit
that.
salad brethren
Sweeter
there
max.
because, generally speaking, that fruit salad thing, we used to have that all the time, and it was a really fun little skit that we kind of had there on the show. Can you please answer your last super chat? Oh no, Candy. I don't know what it was. All right, I'll have to go back and look for it. Bears vs. Bulls. Shout out to Bears vs. Bulls, my guy. Give me that super chat for KHANDI. He'll get that to me, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Looks like we are getting a little bit of a boost up here in SMCI.
Yeah,
I might have to just get out of some of it here.
I'm actually watching this softy. We saw that intraday news that kind of came out, and I got to fix this wick here. Just make that an even. Okay, so right there. We got that flush that came in, 420 hold, oh boy, and rips right back up all the way to day highs. So what a reversion on this one. I was not, again, I guess sometimes the price of not being at your desk is a little steep there. Nice, beautiful reversion. I guess you know it's kind of going to rip right back up when it reclaims that range that it's been doing all day, pretty much sideways, reclaims it past that 424, and then that breaks that wick high just underneath that 425, and now we're slowly kind of grinding towards that day high. So we attempted, how I see this is we attempted to push day low on an intraday catalyst, caught a bid, and reverted all the way back to the high, which currently happens to be a bit of a double top, Sean. So I'm kind of watching that softy. I think that maybe we should be watching some of this trend here as well, to see what the markets do if and when softy breaks that high as well. Nvidia catching a bit of a bid as well, so maybe we're waiting for that softy move to come in potentially here. 428.87 is the high a day there on softy. Now it looks much nicer here on a 15-minute chart. Actually, I don't want to change that one. These wicks are crazy sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind them, but once you do edit them out and you change the frame, they come back. So I don't really like that. So 428 right there is the 428.87. We said 428.18 I have here as the day high, and then 429.31 prior day high as well. So interesting. We did make a relatively higher low versus yesterday's lows as well. So you can see that even with that intraday catalyst, where they're like, oh, maybe these guys will be investigated or whatever, you can see how softy still continues to hold its trend very strongly. So yeah, I like that kind of action to see if and when we can break through today's highs, and maybe we can get through prior day's highs as well at that 429 on softy. So that's what I'll be watching. Still in, I guess, in pretty much nothing now. In pretty much nothing on this Disney short. This Disney short was absolutely wild, man. Probably one of the more obvious trades in my opinion, because I was watching it. I'm sure there were others out there as well. But when that trade, I wanted that 1050 hold right off of the open. I missed that. I kind of hesitated. I was watching LUNR. We all know what LUNR did off the open. A bit of a halt down, and I was like, all right, well, I was getting ready to execute on that, and once it behaved like I didn't want it to, I was like, all right, peace, I'm out of there. But missed that Disney trade off of the open because, again, eyes were not on. But tried to chase that push in the pre-market, didn't really work out, and a nice little fade on that failure to follow through of pre-market highs there on Disney, still continuing to the downside. We hit a low of 108.40s, man. I covered most of my I guess inventory at that 110 level in this chop and grind, but it seems like it was poised for a little bit lower.
Yeah, great
there,
trade. Wild.
With the market continuing to come down, man. I mean, you had a great trade in it as well, right? You had like the opening drive, like you had 4 points within the first 3 minutes, literally. Like that's the trade you want. That's the trade I wanted, and I was like, oh boy, I missed that. Well, what's the next trade is what I was asking, and the reversion came in real nice. So You know,
Yeah, I mean,
both sides.
we can talk about being lucky on both sides of the play. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I missed that top there because that was that Tesla trade, remember? And then so we got the bottom there. And again, what we're trying to do is, and I actually said this to Obi earlier when we came on, is that I'm going to try to put orders at levels that I like. It doesn't have to be for full default or anything like that, but even if you put like 50 shares or 10 shares there, and it's kind of like an instant for us.
It's like an alert.
Yeah, like for me, those kind of shares aren't going to be a problem. It's just like it's an alert. It's like hits your blotter. Okay, I'm long now 10 shares. Like, why am I long? Right, like, what's the indicator? It's almost
if you like it, then you're like, okay.
Yeah, just like, all right, it's at this level. Now let me analyze it because that Tesla trade was something else. But anyways, yeah, there's my Disney. So just the opposite way. You know, we don't. Obi made more money on his trade than I made on mine at the end of the day. So
I mean, it's not about that.
No.
I think both were pretty. The trades were there.
Right, and you had the conviction for the longer play, which I like. I like to hold things a little bit longer. But there it was, a nice move up here. And at the end of the day, it does fade back in. So there it goes right there, 113, 110.50, right there to 113.50. So there's a $3 or $4 right there to the top side, and then all the way.
Yeah, no worries. I can take over there. Google coming in for that reversion there, holding that 175 as of right now, but still kind of chopping underneath this VWAP. So we've seen this kind of happen on a few tickers over the past couple of days where they get aggressively sold off in the morning session, morning to midday session, and then can't really bounce. A bit of a dead cat bounce happening here on Google. Can't even get back up to its VWAP here. Now, I can remember right off the bat because this kind of price action happened yesterday on TSM. If you look at TSM yesterday, oh boy, today was nice as well, I guess. I wasn't really looking at it that closely, but we go back to yesterday, you can see I tried to revert this one yesterday, and I'm like, Google looks hella similar today. I don't want to really mess with that one. As again, look, you try to revert it, sure, you get a little piece. It can't even get to VWAP though. Can't even get to VWAP, sideways chop, chop, chop. Sure, maybe the bid does come in, and which it did today. It does give you a bit of that reversion, so maybe the idea still exists, but just not on the time frame that I'm looking for, right? Get stopped out of that trade, but I'm seeing that Google looking kind of similar here as well. Something to note is that look at the relative volume. Relative volume is pretty low, 0.5 to 0.7s here all day. But this thing did a significant amount of its ATR, if I'm not mistaken. So I think TSM ATR is, I think it was like 5. So this is, yeah, it was about 1 ATR roughly, I think, around 6.55. Yeah, because I remember mentioning that in my journal last night. So about 1 ATR, and it catches a bit of a sideways bid off of that level. But no, if you look at Google, compare that chart with Google's today, looking kind of similar here as sold off aggressively. Again, sure, the relative volume is around 1 today. Sure, it's not relatively low. It's about normal. But look at that, still kind of coasting and holding underneath that VWAP. Interesting though, this held bid in and around that 174, 30s, 40s area right here. If you go down to a second chart, you can see it a little bit nicer. But we can, let's say, held bid around 174.40 with lows to 174.34. 34s there. You can see every time it does wick down, it kind of gets picked right back up. And that last final wick kind of showing us that the bid is sitting at 74.40s right there for a push back up, but can't really get past this 75 halves as of right now. So it should be interesting. Well, it could very well continue to the upside, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be exactly like TSM, but the thing is, it's not really looking like it's going to revert 50% to 100% of the move on the day today. This is still coasting. We only have about an hour and 20 minutes left on the day, so not too many 15-minute candles left to print on this chart here. We could easily get to VWAP, but the entry would have been here. I think I saw that Sharif had an entry on this. We were talking about it, and I was like, yeah, I might be looking for that reversion on Google if and when that selling kind of steps off, that seller lifts, maybe we can catch a bit of a bid back towards VWAP. And it seems like it's been doing it quite nicely. 75 bit of a wash, but 75 halves are the local highs right now on Google. So that's what I'm kind of watching. Nothing else really. Apple is near its day highs. Nvidia actually reverted almost all the day's move there. So that's absolutely crazy. NVDA right here. You guys can want to take a look. we were pretty strong off of the opening dip down. So the dip was sold off pretty aggressively and then bid right back up. Look at that V shape off of the open there of the opening range high, and then pushes even higher to 149s. We could not break through that 150 today, Sean. So it's like that offer is still being held at that level. Failure to follow through 149, and we pull back all the way to 146s. So absolutely solid price action there as we build up. Maybe, I don't know when that 150 will come, but definitely a lot of participants looking forward for that 150 push.
Well, 150 will be in play come November 20th because that is earnings. So that evening we have earnings on Nvidia, and that's going to be the big play of the day then. And I think we can take 150 tomorrow. I don't see any reason why. You're one story away. Like, I don't know, another upgrade gives it to it. I mean, remember, we're just getting like price target adjustments now. We're not getting like a clean sort of upgrade like we did like ASML talking about 9% bigger in their business. And I know it was a different story because we had Investor Day. What's up to Hey Davis, man? You're going to get the cow for that one. He says he took that Tesla trade.
Let's go.
And then I'm like, nice job at Hey Davis. And then he said, if it wasn't for the sticky note. But I just want to say thank you for that right there. And double check that every day if you guys are on. And available to check out the sticky note. Definitely have a look, and tell me if you're interested in that kind of stuff, and let me know how you like it. I put some work into that. Okay, so Amazon, what's up, Candy? Sorry that we didn't get your super chat a little bit earlier there today, or a couple minutes ago. You had wanted to know about Amazon. Now the thing about Amazon is, do we like the stock? Of course we like the stock. It's a good name, but the thing is that, I'm a little nervous about it, and you want to know about the setup for into tomorrow, what we thought about maybe Amazon into tomorrow's setup. So for me, I really like the 210 area. So I don't think we're going to be weak enough to break that, but the story remains that it's a $200 name, so you don't need to move much to get $2 down, which brings you into 210. Like, I would really say, if we're talking about an area where we think if tomorrow, and I don't know which way you want to take the trade, but if you're trying to think about, you're short right now, where could maybe we go very soon? Down low side, I would say a target for tomorrow, 207, 208. But for me, again, the market is only down 0.43. And I hate it when names are down double what the market is. Now, I know it's only 1% versus, it's not like a monster move, but I can't really like rubber stamp that I would feel strongly about a long for tomorrow. So what I mean by that is it's if the market's weak tomorrow, Amazon most likely follows that pace as well. So I'd like to maybe see where we close today if the market really rallies and this is relatively strong as opposed to whatever the NASDAQ does. Like if this gets green and NASDAQ gets green, then Amazon's strong, right? Because Amazon makes back double what the NASDAQ puts up. So therefore it's strong. But right now it's the other way around. And just looking at today's action, we cannot break this 213 area. We've tried a couple times. That dip is pretty aggressive to the downside. So I would say, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be super excited if you're playing options in this name, but I think Amazon is a better long. I would just rather wait for it at 206, 207 there. And to me, it looks a little weaker. Friday, I could see another sell day. Although Tesla's down here today, Apple is also up. We're getting news on Amazon right now anyways.
Oh, actually?
Oh, Amazon questioned by Congress about their relationship with TikTok. So I don't even know what that means, but maybe we'll go short. Let me go short here just to see if there's anything with that story. Now, all right, well, I'm short Amazon. There you go. We'll see if there's any story with this one. Amazon news. Let's go over to Adara on the desk.
This part of the show is brought to you by Worksport. Introducing a new discovery on the NASDAQ, Worksport, ticker WKSP. Worksport is a U.S.-based manufacturer and is rapidly expanding with growing revenues, government contracts, and innovative green energy products designed to power your life off-grid. Whether you're on the move or seeking sustainable energy solutions, Worksport has you covered. Now trading on the NASDAQ under WKSP, discover the future of clean energy with Worksport.
Worksport, yeah, good report there yesterday from Worksport as well. Checking in on SMCI. We got another piece out here at 18 because it didn't do anything. So here, hold on a second. I got it, Fabian. Don't worry about this. There it is.
Yes.
See, it pushes it, see how it gets it right going, right there. It's like right at the right spot and everything.
Right there.
Okay, here we go. Let's go, little face slapper. Amazon. All right, well, we brought you that news. Here it is right here. Amazon and Adara was doing that, so she'll get this for you guys in a second, but or maybe not, I can handle it. Amazon questioned by Congress over growing TikTok relationship. That's it. Representatives from Amazon were called to Capitol Hill at the closed-door meeting with a key committee earlier failed questions answered about retail giant independent relationship with the Chinese-owned video sharing app TikTok. So that's why I do not read the news and why I solidify Adara's job over there because, yeah, so anyways, downside into the 50-period moving average. Again, on to Congress, their question about their TikTok relationship. I mean, we already know that something's going to go down, right? I mean, Trump has come in and immediately talked about, maybe his support potentially there for TikTok. So that would be definitely something to look out for there with Amazon. So here it comes in, man. We talked about it's 20 cents in the money. So, I mean, let's go. Shout out to Brendo. Brendan, what's up? All right, I'm going to take a piece out right here at 18s. There it is. We'll take a piece out now at 18, and we'll just wait to see where we happen now with Amazon. Nice little downside push right here. To Adara? All right, then.
Reading through, here's some sound bites from this Bloomberg article on Amazon. It's actually not as really as incendiary as the headline might make it sound. So you can see here, not a huge volume spike on Amazon to the downside, still kind of in this range. Basically, the headline was Amazon questioned by Congress over growing TikTok relationship. What actually happened, according to Bloomberg, was that the House Select Committee on China asked to speak to Amazon regarding its high-profile partnership here with TikTok with regards to shopping. This was announced in September, and this meeting happened from what it sounds like a couple months ago. So this kind of older news here that Bloomberg is reporting. Basically, I guess this House committee just wanted to make sure everything was all good with Amazon and TikTok's partnership. So doesn't sound like quite the story the headline made it out to be, but if I see anything else, I will let you guys know. It's also worth noting we have in just 13 minutes now comments from Fed Chair Jerome Powell set to come through. He'll be speaking at this event held by the Dallas Fed. I will have him in my ear, and I will let you guys know if there's anything of note being shared there, guys.
The reversion man?
I have no regrets. I mean, there's Amazon right here. Let's go to chicken dinner winner. Because Amazon, you can't buy live chicken from Amazon. All right, so there it is. Nice move down in. We're going to cover some more here at 01s and 02s. Bye-bye, Amazon. There it is. We brought that story to you. Try to read it as fast as possible. And there it goes down into 212. Bye-bye, Amazon. I mean, I don't, like Adara just mentioned there, though, when we're going to be talking about a story that is potentially months old, yeah, little bit of a late reaction here, but it's not really a month old if no one's heard about it before. So we'll wait to see about this one. Obviously, the market does not like what it hears here from AMZN, and there you go, Candy. I hope that the analysis was pretty dandy because we just talked a little bit there about why we thought Amazon was not, I didn't know why, but that it was weaker than the market. And here you go again. So maybe a little underlying story there. Funny that it just drops right now, but anyways, we'll take advantage of that. We are now out of exactly half of our Amazon trade here for 40 cents. So I'm going to take out another piece right here at 01s if we can. All right, well, it bumps up a little bit. But yeah, we like Amazon right here. SMCI also making that move back into 18, waiting for it to get going as well, back to the downside. So hopefully we do break that $18 mark. Maybe Amazon goes higher from here. Okay, we just got that fill at O's. I was about to punch out some more, but we get that fill back downside. So far, so good. Thank you, Gerald, there for the €1. So thank you so much for that, Gerald, and I hope that you guys is also there. It's news because someone wants their short. Yeah, I know, John. I don't know why, man. I mean, sometimes Neil and I will go back. Well, not go back and forth too much, but he doesn't like the fact that I say sometimes the market is rigged. I think the market is very, very rigged in all of this. But that, like insider trading and things like that, is a little bit different. The market gets, algos get turned on when the real money wants to turn them on. Is that rigging? Probably not, just the way the market works. And unfortunately, money will always rule everything, especially if you are Wu-Tang.
Yep.
And then cash will rule everything.
No, I think it's definitely skewed. But the thing is, like, even if I would agree with you. There are things that are very there's fugazi. There's a lot of things that maybe conventionally unfair. But the thing is, if you consider that as like mechanics of the game, these are participants that exist whether you like it or not. Then I think it gives you peace of mind as well. And at the same time, it kind of, you can get creative with like, all right, well, if participants are going to be participating like this, like, spoofing, technically illegal, but you see it all the time. If you watch tape, if you watch price action kind of moving around, there, and then people spoof on the tape all the time. So I don't know. Stuff like that exists. Sometimes it does move price around, and again, all it takes is one trader being like, all right, well, I'm done with this, and you don't know if that's manipulation. You don't know what that is.
Yeah,
it was funny. Again, like what in that movie Margin Call, right?
Good one.
It's just like, all right, well, you want to call that manipulation, or you want to call it's theirs to sell.
Right, exactly. It's part of the
it's part of the game. If somebody is like, okay, well, I want to sell,
for example,
Yeah,
no.
buy. I mean, maybe they might need to make a couple of filings, but depending.
They'll figure it all out. I mean, there's too much money in this game right now. We just talked about $50 trillion or something. Sharif was mentioning was the market cap of the whole entire. I think that must be U.S. markets. I'm not sure. All right, John Del Segno, I'll get to your question about Soxal in a minute. What's up, Adara?
Couple things I want to touch on quickly here. Worth noting, GME, apparently a bit of a volume surge there, nice uptrend. I also have Broadcom up on screen because I'm starting to see here on social media and on Benzinga some whisperings from the 13F filings for this most recent quarter. Apparently here, Broadcom, AVGO getting added here by Tiger Global Management. They're raising its share stake here to 1.8 million shares in Broadcom. Not a huge reaction, but it is worth noting these 13Fs are going to be in watch, as well as the movement in GME. But we are brought to you by VinFast because they have some exciting news from VinFast, which trades under the ticker VFS. Vietnamese pure-play electric vehicle manufacturer. This company has just secured substantial financial backing to supercharge its growth. Vingroup, Vietnam's largest private conglomerate, is committing a hefty $1.4 billion by 2026. But that's not all. VinFast founder and CEO, Pham Nhat Vuong, is stepping up with a personal injection of $2.1 billion, reinforcing his belief in the company's bright future. This funding isn't just a show of confidence, it's a strategic boost designed to power VinFast's path to break even by 2026. This move by Vingroup and Mr. Vuong underlines their strong support to VinFast's long-term success, and there's even more. Vingroup is converting $3.3 billion of his existing loans into non-voting preference shares, easing VinFast's financial obligations and giving its balance sheet a serious lift. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Adara, for all of that. And all right, John. So, look, the problem with the Soxal, so he's just asking here, I'd really love to hear your take on Soxal. Seems very unusually low given Nvidia and key constituents trading at or near all-time highs. Correct, but the problem is this is 3 times levered. So look where Soxal is here, and the question is just for everybody, why is Soxal this low when you have Nvidia right now? Nvidia right here. We already talked about it, near highs. I mean, I don't think I need to show you guys this. Nvidia near highs here as we go. Taiwan Semi, AVGO, so on and so forth. A lot of these names, I mean, they're not going to be completely at highs, but why is that so low when some of these names are yet so high? Well, I'll give you the answer. Because it's triple levered, and again, I'm not building these ETFs or anything like that, but because it's triple levered, it takes in consideration the short-term momentums way more than the actual long-term growth. So because they have to play it by options, what winds up happening is when there's names like an AMD that continues to go down, like an Intel, I mean, Intel's going back up, maybe bad example. Other names such as SMCI, AMD, we just talked about Taiwan Semis, ARM. Some of these names, as they continue to go down, and I don't know what the holdings are in Soxal, but there's a decay that happens. So part of it is that. So you got to be very, very careful trying to understand where these indexes are from, are these names in Soxal and whatnot, and what percentages they hold. Because if you, like SMCI, the move that it's having is just so dramatic here on the daily that it's affecting the price of Soxal, because you're going to have to keep on rebalancing that portfolio, and it costs more and more money to do that. So you got to be careful with some of those things. That's my understanding of the way it works. So I hope that makes a little bit of sense, and you're able to understand that a little bit better. So that would be why, for me, SMCI and SOXL, why it's so low right now. It's a 3 times bull, so it's a completely different way to build this equity, and it's by short-term volatility. So right now, you're paying too much for different pieces of that, and you're not getting the outsized move from Nvidia to help it go even further. And I don't even know, is this a market cap? Is Soxal market cap weighted or not? Because that could be another thing, right? They might be overweighted on SMCI. I don't know exactly what the weighting is on that. So something to think about. But there is the triple lever decay there. So that's more the problem. Is they got to keep on getting these options and paying those premiums So I'd hope for Nvidia to rip up, and if it does, you're going to see that thing go crazy. But for right now, I don't really invest in those, to be honest with you. I think that if you're going to use something TSLA or something that's levered, over time, it will not give you the same, someone's phoning me, the same return that it would have just by holding the actual equity itself. Like, you're not going to get double the NASDAQ return on a double levered ETF. You will in the short term, you will not over 3 to 6 months, because it keeps on getting decay there with the options and strike prices.
That's
Anyways, okay, that's that. Amazon, so there we go, man. We got out of half of it. Now Amazon's come all the way back up. I was going to give this the view up of 213. The market has come back up, and because we were doing that question, I was not able to average in. So let's do a little average in right now into the 60s. So it is kind of going a little meme crazy there. Like, what was up with that? Nice move up right now in the NASDAQ. So I don't know. Seems like actually Amazon's getting a little more love right here than we thought. Isn't it funny that, you know, you get these complaints about you? We had Microsoft get looked into. Yep. That completely rebounded. I mean, look, here's Microsoft. And what was the story, DOJ? Or I don't even know what it was. But Microsoft, I was sitting here, but I was focused on other things. There's the drop down there on Microsoft, and here's the complete recovery. So Microsoft goes from 428 down to 420, all the way back to 428 again. Like, what's up with that? Crazy move right there on Microsoft. All right, well, we averaged into Amazon. Now we're back in the money on it, as there's the move back in on AMZN, as it does basically retrace off of nothing special. Just happened to be that we were able to get short there. The 200 period, I think we can break a little lower. Wow, that went all the way back into 40s. Okay, what's my average price now on Amazon? 50s, so we're flat on it right now. Let's see if we can get a push back into 30s here, the 50 period moving average.
Yeah, no, I looked up what StockSell kind of holds there.
Right.
And it seems like a lot of it's index swaps. I don't know too much about that there. Yeah, no, I guess a lot of index swaps here. Kind of just playing around here with goggles on this action here. I'm like, all right, well, I'm not really looking for it to test. That's that. Let's see if it can get to VWAP is what I'm trying to ask, right? I got a little short earlier underneath some of these prior highs there. It broke out of it with some aggressive volume, kind of stalled in the 60s, so I got a little involved there, looking for that selling to kind of come back in. I have no idea. I'm kind of just like testing it out. Again, we saw this happen on, like I said, on TSM yesterday. I'm just testing out to see if the same is going to happen today here on Google. Not really, doesn't really have the same, I guess, factor profile, if you want to call it, things to consider there. But I will try to be a little bit nimble with it there, as it, I guess, makes higher highs and higher lows going towards VWAP. I'm just seeing if it can even get there. No, Alphabet, Google, right there. Somebody in the chat, I forget who it was pointing out JPM, man. JPM, nice little bid coming in off of a strong push in volume right here that happens at 2 o'clock. You can see we did make a base there at 241s, and then look at that push all the way back, all the way up towards some of this not pre-market, some of the morning session consolidation levels here on JPM there. Just being a little aggressive with this Google here, covering a little, maybe too many decisions
down,
but I guess not really looking for the whole move, just looking to feel out what it feels like underneath this view up here. See if, are my sells coming in easy? Are the buys coming in easy? You ever do that? You ever throw out orders just to get a feel for like how the bid or the ask is getting filled?
Yeah. No, not. I mean, not to the extent that what you're talking about. It really. I like to throw out bids just because I like to hope and pray that they'll get filled, especially when we're short, and that's what's happening right now. Is we got a doozy on right now, guys. Amazon is now 40 cents in the money, and we're covering this again. We still have more than half of this position on that reload. Boom, right there. It's kind of lucky I wasn't paying as close attention to this as I obviously should have been, because we would have started the short right there, and then I don't know if I would have had that up there. So we did get lucky and got a nice price. But let's go, man. Let's spin it. It's a banger right there. Come on down. You're the next contestant on Will You Delist or Not? SMCI coming back down. I lost that first one, as I said Fisker would not, and Fisker did. Cost me about $1,000 on Fisker. Could have maybe bought a car for that. No, I think they're more expensive than that. But okay, there it goes, SMCI. Let's go.
Wow,
We
nice
like
short,
it.
man. Nice short.
We like it a lot up there.
Triple
Obi,
top. And you basically made those tops, dude.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I put about a couple million shares there. No, but at the end of the day, it's those are, you mentioned it on Disney, you know, when you get to levels that you like, that there's support there, and you're noticing it in this situation, a little bit of resistance. When it gets to certain levels, I think it was Google was nailed that bottom. He showed me on the 15-second chart.
Oh, there it goes. There's a dump happening right now.
Oh yeah, there is.
All I'm seeing is waves of dark.
By the way,
red.
this is dumping like a truck.
Oh.
Truck.
Don't
Look what just
drop
happened
that.
to Amazon.
Don't.
It is Fed Chair Powell. He is in the building,
out
baby.
here.
What are you talking about,
out here.
Jerome? Did you just you get a bad fill from Amazon, or what's going on right there? What's up? All right, what's up, Adair?
I was just going to say here, so we actually don't have him in the building yet, though the announcer person has basically said, take your seats. Jerome Powell is about to speak here. Jerome Powell here is going to be part of this Q&A, I guess, moderated by Catherine Rampell of the Washington Post. Right now, it seems like the classical music that was playing has slowed down a little bit, so I'll wait and see, but just so you guys know, seems like comments from Fed Chair Powell are imminent, giving us that little push down in the Qs and the SPY, and we just got video feed, so I will let you guys know when I hear anything.
Oh boy,
Right, perfect.
catching a sell
So
everywhere here.
Yeah, I'm hearing it all in my ear right
Across
now.
the board.
He said that they're not in a hurry to lower interest rates. Okay.
Where's he at though?
The policy path is not preset. We're going to get this all from her. He expects inflation to continue to come down into 2%. I'm just repeating what I'm hearing here. They're literally reading it. Okay, Fed's committed to finishing the job on inflation. So at the end of the day, man, I mean, we're cooking up this profits right here. Amazon monster move. We just got filled at 80s. Yeah, okay. He's talking about everything right now. So here we go. We're just banking right here, like we're doing really well. Amazon, 70 cents in the money. SMCI dripping more as well. Look at SMCI coming back in. So these are prepared comments from what I'm hearing. Like, you know, so the speech is already out there. So the market, I would think, is reacting the way it's reacting. Labor market is solid, he's saying. Inflation's on a sustainable path to 2%, so that's good. All right, I'm going to get some more out of SMCI here because why not? It's at 87s. We'll wait to see. There it is. We get a part fill there on ARCA. There it goes all the way through. Nice move there for SMCI. Back down to the downside. Oh boy, Obi, it's close enough to this right now. We've got $2 on right now. We got the SMCI trade, and then we have the newest trade on is Amazon. It's still blah, blah, blah in my ear, so we'll get more information there. It's a good thing that we said we had more than half of this trade on because right now we have about 40% left as we get lower here on Amazon. Bang, Obi. Like, what else? Who next, you know? That's basically what Mike Tyson's going to be asking after the Jake Paul fight. Who next? There was an old video. Neil knows there's a video there that they were saying. He was trying to say who next, but instead it was who neck. It was like who didn't come across properly right there. But anyways, huge move down there for Amazon. We'll just see what happens. Adara will probably be recapping this and get us all of that information.
That SMCI is looking like it wants to go for that day low, man. You see that? Like I'm looking at the wick low, 17. Yeah, would you look at that? Just take a look at it, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm bidding 83s right now on SMCI. Yeah. Would you look at that? Oh, no, I'm bidding 81s, actually. It's at 80.
Yeah, you'll get filled. Right,
so you want to look at that? I mean, the thing is that...
yeah, would you look at that?
I mean, let's see if we can get that bottom. And again, the other thing about trading is we said that we were going to do this. Like, there's reasons why I don't have any fills in here. You know, okay, it's because... we waited for this move to happen. Like, I have no idea what Powell's going to say, no idea what these remarks are. But if you're looking at the stock and you're thinking, where can we go from here? Pick a weak name, pick the bears, go with it underneath VWAP, and look at that. Nice downside move. What's up, Adara?
I've checked a couple different video streams. All of the ones that I'm seeing, and I think I'm looking at the most up-to-date here, it's from the Dallas Regional Chamber itself, which is hosting the event. Mr. Jerome Powell hasn't actually spoken yet from what I can tell, but we do have some prepared remarks. One that could be spooking the market is Fed Chair Powell saying that the Fed doesn't need to be in a hurry to reduce interest rates. So a little bit of a more cautious tone potentially could be scaring the market, saying that there is the commitment to beating the inflation goal despite a, quote, bumpy path, and talking again about some concerns here with housing and talking here about core PCE as well. We know the PCE is the Fed's preferred inflation gain. But it looks like she's introducing him right now. Right now, we just have a representative here from the Dallas Regional Chamber speaking out about what Dallas is doing. So really nothing hear other than the prepared remarks coming from Fed Chair Jerome Powell yet. He hasn't even taken the stage.
Take themselves seriously. They need to get a quarterback because Dak Prescott right now is gone for the year, and they have Trey Lance, who they spent a 4th-round pick on. They should have got a running back, and then they have Cooper Rush that's in there right now. So Dallas has bigger things to worry about than the Fed, in my opinion. But SMCI.
Yeah, TQ's just cracked low. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. Like, are we not amused? Are we not having a good time yet?
Yeah.
I mean, we should probably have about
$1
$1 million.
dollar club. You're in the dollar club.
We're in a couple dollar clubs. Yeah, I mean, Amazon's trying to.
Boom.
You know what? I mean, yeah, Amazon's a good one. Well, let me put
here?
another bid here on Amazon because you know what? I mean, it's all nice and dandy, but we still got to get out. We'll put. Okay, there we go. We got some 85s. Now we'll put another 81 into here. Yeah, good trading. Yeah, thanks, Obi, for mentioning that. There goes Amazon right now. Yeah, the dollar club winner again. It's nice having you here. We got a couple more dollar club winners. You had a great trade there on Disney, and right now you've got Google and Disney one more time. So great trading there, man. I think we make a pretty good team. I want to thank everybody for coming in one more time here today with Obi and myself as we'll get Neil back on Tuesday.
Oh boy.
So oh boy on that one. I may go get a tea in oh boy minute. Right now because this coffee. I don't know if you. I mean, are you a guy that like needs like if I'm having tea, it needs to be like hot. You know, if I'm having coffee.
Hot, like no, it needs to be hot. I like that. Appreciate my coffee's gotten cold. But
you gave us those sick gifts, and I've never been able to use mine. It's over there somewhere.
There's no outlet.
We didn't have an outlet.
No, Neil definitely used it. You can see that he used it.
Damn you, Neil. Yeah. Oh, there's an outlet over there. No,
that's why I was like, you got to have a warm cup of coffee. You know,
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a great gift. Amazon now is officially that dollar in, and then SMCI is trying to go. SMCI is trying to push that low of the damn day. And again, stick with your guns. There's going to be no. Thank you, Halar. I really appreciate. I mean, look, it's nice to have winning picks, but thank you, Halar. I mean, I've never seen you in the chat before, so that's why it actually means something and to everybody that's in the chat, but especially new traders. Congrats on another great day. You amaze me every day with your trading picks. They're not just. I guess they are my picks, yeah, but a lot of it is just having that sort of experience as well, right? Being able to sit here every day and train traders. And Sharif said something really nice before yesterday as well, and gave, I'll take the credit, but, gave the credit for, his development and everything. He gave that to me, which was very, very flattering. He's put a lot of work in himself, and as you can see, made a big difference. And by the way, for Obi, this was about like maybe a year ago, if not more. I already crowned this guy the next one a hell of a long time ago, and his trading is at all-time levels right now as well. So a big congratulations to Obi. And now we go over to Adira.
Just keeping everyone updated here. So Fed Chair Jerome Powell is currently being introduced by now the second Dallas Regional Chamber speaker. So we've already had 2 speakers from the Dallas Regional Chamber. Now we're getting introductions here to Jerome Powell and Catherine Rampell, who's an opinion editor at the Washington Post, and she'll be moderating this event. So finally, it seems like we will be getting Mr. Jerome Powell, guys.
Definitely, we're going to be watching out for what the reversion man, also known as Jerome Powell, will be saying. I guess the statement's already been printed. The speech is out. I was just talking to Sean, and I was just like, well, that sell came in across the board. We literally, I had this JPM up from a little bit earlier, and take a look at this. JPM drops over a point back down towards day lows, 144. What's the low of that wick? 144.57. Sorry, 141.57. There on off of that flush that came in across the board. So I was just like, is there someone's got like algos or sell programs that just come in at the time that things are supposed to happen? Maybe, perhaps, just an idea. I have no idea if that's true or not. But something that did happen off of that flush is that the TQs finally broke down this low. So let's take a quick look at that TQ chart here. Go to the 15-minute so we can see those bottom candles a little bit better there. We bounced off of this 80-25 level, 80-20 level a couple of times there. Finally kind of broke. Okay, so we're reclaiming right now with that bid. Wow, look at the wick, guys. So that wick coming right back through that 2100 mark. This is what I was waiting for. We were kind of trending to the downside here. I'm like, all right, can we get to that 2100 by end of day? Sure, maybe. I was looking at these 15-minute candles. I'm like, maybe we could, maybe we can't, but definitely a little bit of a market catalyst, it would seem. Would move the markets. We've seen how Jay Powell definitely has a bit of an influence on price whenever he's around the block there. So you know what? This Google, I'm just gonna take off the rest of this Google right now. Don't need to be in that one anymore. As it kind of consolidates sideways, right? I was just looking for this. Look, it kind of pushed above this and looked a little weak, kind of stalled, and I'm like, all right, well, if this is gonna have a healthy move to VWAP and not just gonna go straight up, I kind of want to get involved in that. So a healthy move would be like something like, like just healthy price action, like instead of something that goes straight like that obviously has, an imbalanced pressure there. For example, like this, you have an imbalanced pressure to the downside. All of the morning session, we see that none of the other Mag 7 kind of did that. We can take a look at the top two constituents as well, Softy and Apple and Nvidia Softy. Google, we can take a look at some of those. Look at that. None of that selling shows up on these names. This was an intraday catalyst here on Microsoft as well. Google, Amazon, what's happening with Amazon?
I mean, Amazon is absolutely getting face slapped right now. All right, what's up, Adara?
Quick Jerome Powell update. So just so you guys know, he's just begun his prepared remarks. These are actually available here on the Federal Reserve website. So that's how I was able to realize this is where he is. Right now, we've already kind of seen, I guess, the crux of his prepared remarks that has already been published before he even took the stage. So we'll have to see if the market reacts to this, but this is information we already know. What will be interesting is what happens here during the Q&A portion. And as we get to the end of the speech, I will let you guys know. I'll be reading along here to see where we're at, guys.
Please. All right. Wow. Yeah, we are a little bit concerned here. Amazon is really falling out. And again, remember yesterday, 20 minutes ago when we had that super chat from Candy. Thank you for that one, Candy. You had mentioned that, what did I think about Amazon? And I was like, you know what? I can't like the name because of the market was down and this was down double. So there goes Amazon again. As the whole market be falling back in right now pretty aggressively, that is for sure now coming back in today's low, on the NASDAQ again. So I don't, and the TQs broke that level. I guess that happened over here at 21 again. So 21. Yeah, 21,000 flat. Yeah, no surprise there.
Crypto is falling?
In and on the bottom. Is crypto heading to the south side as well? 88 and change? Well, it's okay. So crypto's not necessarily falling. It's right back at this level again. But yeah, 88,000 was a level of concern for us in the crypto space last time. So yeah, crypto, I guess, Obi, you're not wrong. Crypto kind of is falling down a little bit here.
I was looking at IBIT. IBIT kind of broke a bit of structure there.
Yep, you're not wrong.
But so did a lot of other things, right?
That's
so that sell, again, is coming in across the board. It's interesting to see people talking about how like crypto markets and some of the other markets are not really related. Yeah, maybe sometimes there's a basket of.
I believe they are very correlated.
They're extremely correlated. I think we were talking about how Tesla has a bit of a correlation to crypto as well in the bigger picture time frames there. I don't know what's the next trade, guys. I'm looking for one. Everything's kind of selling off there. I was involved in a bit. Like, look at that, bidding right back up on Google there. So those are
Tesla,
not orders. Let me just get rid of that.
You know what could be one?
Stop script. Don't need them.
Could be one.
What?
First of all, thank you so much. Right there, let's
Wrinkled
spin this right
hippie.
now.
Thank you.
I mean, great name. Great name.
I like that.
Thank you, Wrinkled Hippie,
Yes.
for the $50. I mean, loves the show. Thank you so much. So I'm going to say TKS. Thanks. Thank so much. Thanks so much. All right, there it is. Thank you so much for that, Wrinkled Hippie. I mean, that means a lot to us. I'm glad you are enjoying the show. That is for sure. Look, we're trying to do as much as we can here with the most of that we can. We can show you guys any names. If there's any names you want us to look at, Wrinkled, or anybody else that's out there, please. Sabrina Carpenter right there. Nice move to the day. Where's she at? Where's she at?
Espresso?
You want an espresso? Or?
I have my coffee right here.
Coffee. I got some Earl Grey as well. All right, you know what? We started the show. We were like, maybe, we were flat on SMCI. Yeah. We came back here at 2 o'clock. Yeah. We were flat on SMCI. We were like, okay, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And then all of a sudden we got, okay, what's going on with Amazon right now? It was brought to your boy's attention. And we went right over there. Thank you, Candy. for that one, and you weren't even talking about this, but this is what happens when you're seeing things clearly. Yeah. And it's just like, look, Amazon, we can't really predict this. No. But the idea is there's the 200 period moving average. We saw that level. We liked it for a short. It was weaker than the market, and it's just reacting that way. So, hey, look, man, it's great to have big days. It's great to have these trades. But at the end of the day, you're just looking to repeat it. Why did it happen? Can we do it tomorrow? Can we make more money tomorrow? Can we make better decisions tomorrow? Mm-hmm. Can we throw to Adara right now? The answer is yes.
Just be aware here, we are within the last few paragraphs of Fed Chair Powell's prepared remarks. So be prepared for things to switch up because he's about to finish his prepared remarks and then switch into the discussion portion moderated by one of the opinion editors there from the Washington Post. It's going to be Catherine Rampel. As you guys can see here, we just got a bit of an upside volume spike here in the 3-minute chart. We just wanted to give you guys the heads up that things could change as Fed Chair Jerome Powell's prepared remarks wind down. Again, last few paragraphs, guys.
Catherine Wampel's there. Okay. All right. So yeah, it's gonna watch out now. All right, there goes. So Amazon right now $1.50 in the money. SMCI $1 in the money. SMCI is actually a funny one because it's not even going down. So I don't know, like SMCI just like, the market's tanking. We're just doing our own thing and it's gonna hover around here a little bit. Still nicely done in the money. What's up, freaking Bill? We like that. Thank you for becoming a member. Make sure you hit the like and the subscribe. I'm going to refresh this like and subscribe page and get that accurate in a couple seconds, and then we're gonna find out how many of you exactly hit that. I do want to thank everybody who's here, first of all, right now. Everybody that's in the building. Over 5,000, Obi. I think you got the weekend. I like that song, Starboy. Great track.
I'm 6 feet under.
Great track, Starboy.
That Starboy album, absolutely beautiful.
Okay.
I love the weekend is absolutely awesome, man.
Yeah. It's a great thing to celebrate, a great time of the week, and a great artist. Shout out to Scarborough. Okay, just real quickly here, right now. 387 likes, like almost, what was it? I'm trying to click on this. This won't even, oh, there, what the? There it is. Come on, guys. 5,000 of you watching. I mean, we've got the super chats. We've got $1. We've got $2 in the money right now.
400 likes, Sean.
We've got 400 likes, 403, 438.
Come on.
I mean, that's less than 10%.
Let's make that.
People are hitting the like.
Let's revert that to at least 50%.
What?
Oh, come on.
Let's just flip the switch.
Come on.
I don't care. I don't see no Brendan nowhere.
Bye-bye.
There, bye-bye. Okay, see you guys.
Yeah.
Oh man! Okay, that was a good one. I was a little scared.
I like that.
I don't actually want to cut the stream there, but that was all right.
I pity the fool that doesn't hit the like and subscribe button.
That's right. I mean, even when he's not here, I mean, that's very threatening there.
Oh yeah.
He pities you if you do not do that. But please hit the like and the subscribe. As I feel like Obi and I give a good vibe here, and I think we're having a fantastic time.
We got the vibes.
We've got the good vibes, and thank you so much.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, like everyone is saying. Thank you so much. BTCT is running again. I'm gonna have some Earl Grey.
Oh boy.
What
you definitely need to have some Earl Grey before trading that ticker, man.
All right, over to BTCT. All right, now what's going on? No, not much happening in my opinion here on BTCT. Oh, by the way, I don't know if Powell has something against Amazon here or what, but like, this is just like a pretty big bleed. We just took $1.50 or more on this right now. He's talking about how no political parties or anything are going to try to be a distraction to him. So he's probably going to answer some questions soon about Donald J. Trump. You know what we haven't looked into too much? DJT. What's going on with that these days? Look at this move on DJT here in the afternoon. Nicely done, man, off that 26.50. I don't know. Is this going to be a normal stock at some point? I would think it must be trading like that soon. The 50-period moving average. And the reason why I say normal stock is most stocks will trade on earnings or trade on revenues and all that kind of stuff. Now that you have speculation, that's another side of things that stocks will trade on. That should be pretty much cleared out of the way right now as he's in the White House as of January 20th. So if you like True Social as a stock, it basically are at levels right here that you should be willing to support, right? I mean, $25 down to the 50-period moving average. I don't think it's a long. I like to, invest in businesses that are making some cash. In Truth Social right now, apparently not. I say that and I'm in SMR, which is not making any money whatsoever. But DJT here, a little bit of a risk to the downside, breaking through 25. That's a good buy level for me in and around there. Ramin, how's it going, Ramin? I want to say thank you to Ramin because she shared with me today the tuna because she is not a fan of the tuna. So I had Oh, she likes it, just gets it. Now I feel bad. I thought you didn't prefer it. That's why, oh, well, she gave it to me. Thank you for that today. Oh, she got the pasta there. Okay, so,
pretty healthy salad.
tonight, so tonight we got hockey, 4 to 5.
Okay.
Dryland, 5 to 6. Hockey practice. Then they do dryland 6 to 7, which is like after the practice, they go do laps and all this kind of stuff.
Okay.
It's about that endurance, you know what I mean?
Right.
You play that
More
big game and you
cardio.
hop on the bike.
Yeah.
So they're doing that, and I'm taking my son to chess.
Nice.
So that he's doing chess there. And then after that, we're picking up. I said to the wife, she made this crazy pork chop yesterday. It had a mushroom sauce. It was wicked awesome. And cut in half small potato, new potatoes, cut in half with this Parmesan. Put that in the. I should take a picture of it. It was so good. So I said, you know what? You've been killing it the last couple of days. Let's pick something up today. And then of course my daughter goes Freshie, which are those salad bowls. So she wants a Freshie there. And my son, I think, will probably predict some Subway. I think I'm gonna go Freshie. If you could get something takeout, what food choice preference?
Burgers.
Burgers.
Boom.
Think about burgers though is.
Did we ever go to that Cabanos?
No, this was your joint. What about tomorrow?
Yeah, sure.
How far is it?
It's like not even a 5-minute walk.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Cool.
Perfect.
Cabanos.
But then Neil will say, all right, well, you're here all the time. We'll either do it tomorrow or we'll save it. We could do it again with Neil.
Yeah, why not? Those burgers, we could do, we could definitely do those burgers again, trust me.
About that. Okay, fine, burgers. Yeah, I think that's great. The thing I like about burgers is you can make a wicked one yourself.
No, of course,
That's the other thing too, right, is that, but the toppings really make it
I had
there.
a pretty dope brisket burger.
Oh man, they're so good. Best brisket burger I had was in London at Gordon Ramsay's place there. I forget what it's called. Some street burger, I think it's called.
Yeah.
It's a great brisket burger.
Wow. Okay.
How about you? Was it here in Toronto?
Yeah, it was right here in Toronto.
Dara, are we supposed to go over there or no? No. Okay, keep on trading, they say. Keep on going. All right, Amazon $1.30. SMCI, we did not get anything out. We got something out at the bottom there for SMCI, but we are still holding about, I only have about 10 to 15% of both of these positions left right now. It's 3:20. We're into Power Hour. I want to thank everybody. Look, we have a couple more members coming through right now. Thank you so much to a new member here. I wish I knew what that was, but thank you so much. Cool symbol there. And then also Sean Fry, spelt name. I'll give it to you because you are a member, SEAN. Shout out to that as well. If you want to come train there, how would you do it? Sorry, Nick W. Puff pass on that one. You got to go over to Real Trading. I'm going to get the website up for you right now. realtrading.com. You have to apply there. There is a prop floor right behind us. Right now, they are sort of revamping it. They're doing the campus program. Yes. So that's why we've had to have BPI is now gone, Big Patty Ice. The only traders left basically from the original crew would be yourself, Joe is there, both Joes.
Yeah.
Satya, yourself, and then the two trainers are still there, and they're working on getting the campus program up. But if you are interested in opening up a trading floor, or just want to talk to the guys here in the Toronto floor and figure out what your opportunities are, definitely go over to Real Trading, hit join today, mention you're in Toronto. You'll get Wayne or Brankel's address there, or I don't know how it will all work, but they'll be able to tell you about the program that we are currently running right now on this floor. So I hired Neil and some of the guys behind us as well as traders back in the day. And there still is that opportunity as well for prop trading here at Real Trading. So give that a look if you are interested. Thanks for asking there, Nick W. But now we are now $1. Amazon's starting to come back in. I'm going to take another piece out right here at 48s if we can on the down. I'm going to punch out another 2% right there. Okay, so I punched out of 2 of 10 right there. So we'll hold a little bit small piece left as it's trying to come back in. SMCI, I'm going to put a bid out here as well. See if we can get some more out. Good day here. Great day. Let's not throw anything back. Let's just keep on watching this. Powell's still talking. If Adara sees anything or anything comes across her desk, she will bring that to you. Make sure you join Adara and I tonight for the market recap show. And after we get back from Obi, I'll talk about who's reporting tonight.
Yeah, no, man. You got me thinking about burgers now.
My bad.
Thinking about like all these. There's some proper burger joints in Toronto for sure. Okay, here's a super chat here. 500 JPY. Thank you. I can't really read. I cannot read this name, but thank you.
It says here,
Fuji
Toby.
Oh, does it?
At the end of his super chat.
Okay. So Fujitobi, I like that. There's an OB in there.
Yeah,
USD
what?
JPY is crazy right now too. Powell seems to be a menace. Yeah, no. Okay, so let's take a quick look at that pair. USD
You just see
JPY.
your name everywhere, eh? Just
USD.
like OB.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
Orbital.
know. Orbital. All right.
What's in this tea, anyways?
I don't know, man. What kind of tea? I mean,
Is green tea or what is it? No,
something maybe a little too
Grey.
green in there. No, I'm joking. 30. Let's go to an hourly chart. These are. Yeah, look at that. Look at that spike that was brought in here on the USD JPY. That's interesting. I don't really look at currency pairs here, but let's take a quick look. A chart is a chart, right, Sean? Chart. It's got volume. It's got buyers and sellers.
See that chart? Yep, that's a chart.
That's a chart. That's about a chart.
That's about. Let me
Looks
see that
like a
chart again.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a chart.
Yeah. Would you look at that? Would you look at that
Look at
chart?
that chart. What are you seeing
Just take a
over
look
there on
at
that
that.
chart?
Look at that.
So, anyways, yeah, go over the USD.
Yeah, I have no idea how to trade currencies, nor have I ever dabbled in currency trading. But again, I do believe that a chart is a chart, and the supply and demand is a thing, regardless of where that supply and demand may be originating from. But what do I know? I know nothing is the one thing that I do know. Wow, look at this bid up, man. This thing has been kind of increasing. I guess they had that, there was that big flush as well. Let's go to a weekly. I'm looking back. Yeah, there you go. So a bit of a reversion happening there. Bigger picture, though, perfectly fine. Look at this. Thing's been on a trend since about 2021. Boom. Straight to the upside there. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm just curious right now. Now I'm just going through all the time frames on this. Going through a six-month chart here. Do we not have data before 2022 or 2002 here on? The yen definitely existed before 2002.
Yeah, Japan's a relatively older country.
Yes, no, I understand.
But maybe not. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's something up with that pair. But
yeah, maybe the pair, something up with the pair. But interesting stuff. Pushing towards some fresh highs there. USD JPY, so strong dollar. There on this chart. So interesting stuff. Oh boy, I will get off of this chart and go back.
Okay, what do you got? What do you got with your trades going on
Apple.
over there?
I guess we still in this Disney. Got out of that Google. Google kind of ticking back up. I would have gone stopped out anyway. So let me get that. Stop out of the way there.
I feel like we did a good job of getting some out on Amazon there on the way back up as we're getting lighter on SMCI. We're getting lighter on everything. And again, I think
it is coming back in. A little bit.
Yeah, I was just going to say about Powell speaking also. The other part too is that Adara basically called it. Like it was just like, okay, once we'll look for maybe a possible reversion or something like that. Like once the notes are out there and once
it's reverting for sure.
Yeah, once everybody's like heard the comments and what they're going to be talking about, so on and so forth, you'll generally get some kind of a pushback there, especially in the Q&A. I mean, Jerome Powell's had this thing. I mean, we talk about it. Once he's off the podium is when you get the move down, especially on Fed days. Now, this is not a Fed day, but if it's a Q&A, then he's going to talk very hawkishly probably. Well, I mean, I don't want to say hawkishly because I don't know if he's going to be negative. We already heard them on inflation. He thinks the 2% target is reasonable, so that's very good. But basically dovish on the market, it always seems that dovish means sort of more positively about it. Hawkishly is a little more negatively on things. So no, that is the right way there. So at the end of the day, that's what we're thinking about. So once he's done the Q&A, maybe we get a little bit of a drop back. So I don't want to get out of everything, but we are getting lighter and lighter on all of these positions. So we're going to figure that out. All right, American Tesla. Yeah, I'm surprised about, hold on a second. Before I go to Tesla, Tesla's down, it was down at 312. We'll figure out there. We like the room 112, where the players dwell, but 312, Rivian, what? Come on, Volkswagen, what'd you pull out or something like that? I mean, giving it all back from yesterday, all of it back. Oh, man, that's disappointing. As a Rivian shareholder, we were able to get something out at 18 last time and was really hoping, honestly, Hobie, that we would get an oh boy situation where we would get back up here and be like, oh boy, time to get out of this one. I almost feel same kind of ways about SoFi. Those of us bag holding on SoFi. Yesterday, that was $14. I almost feel like I'm going to click on this thing. You're going to be back with an 11 handle very, very soon. But SoFi holding out okay. A lot of these names that have had a big run up, which is why I think about Tesla and some of these other names, you got to remember, it's just... it's like a rebalancing of portfolios, right? People get really excited because they feel like, all right, what does this new administration mean? What's going on? I mean, this guy is also not necessarily appointing the best of the best, it seems like, to run some of these things. Some of his cabinet, the Secretary of State there. He gets Secretary of Transportation. That Tulsi Gabbard is something as well. Like there's just a few. I was just watching yesterday, and again, I don't have the whole list of them, but there's a few questionable. Even some people were questioning that Matthew Gates, which yesterday we had a big run up in MSOS as well, and that might be back down here today. Yeah, down another 5%. So just don't get caught up in all the euphoria of all these crazy trades. Make the right trades for your portfolio and make them responsibly, because it's very difficult out there. And you could get caught holding the bag. Like I held the bag on weed names. I don't want that to happen.
Oh, trust me, I did as well, man.
To anybody else.
Well, some of my first trades were literally getting long a lot of these small cap weed names into Canadian legalization.
Right, same.
And I was like, oh, we're going to get legalized. Everyone's going to start making money.
Rich.
Yeah, no, that's how I learned what sell the news kind of meant. You know what I mean?
And I feel
around those times, around legalization, those were kind of toppy.
I mean, what do you think about Bitcoin? I mean, Bitcoin's down.
I mean, Bitcoin's a little different, right? It's a stronger cult. Let's say that, a much stronger cult than weed was. I know I can definitely say that with a little bit of confidence. So. Other than that, yeah, I don't know, man.
I know I shouldn't have said anything about the best of the best or not the best of the. I said not the best of the best, first of all. But everyone, we don't mean to be. I shouldn't. We're not trying to be political here or anything like that. I don't know somebody else from anybody else. So whatever the best things are for the United States of America, I'm sure President Donald Trump will make those decisions for the country. Wow, over there, my guy.
I'm excited for.
Aren't you excited for Disney? I mean, you got $1 right there. That's pumping. I like that.
It's just a runner. I have no attachment to that position. I'm gonna let it.
I mean, no attachment to that position.
I mean, what's that?
What do you mean?
No, it's just.
What are you looking for? Are you looking for that break, or you're just letting it go? Is that what you?
I'm just letting it just to see how it closes. I was actually. You can see. I literally have like a mock queued up. Because I was honestly thinking,
okay,
I was like thinking about that, and I was like, all right.
Want to explain what that is, maybe for some of the viewers?
Yeah. Market on close order, where I just take the closing print and kind of, guess like I said, I'm just testing the idea of like, okay, so say I did get short in the morning off of that 14 false break there on Disney, and just to putting in the rep to see if it's worthy enough to send in the mock, right? You get in a decent amount of inventory here, maybe cover some here, but then use that mock to get out of some as well, and just to see if I get a good price.
Just on that note,
yes,
Mr. or President Trump has made another nomination. Robert F. Kennedy apparently will be the Department of Health and not say, is it safety? I don't know. I just heard it in my ear, but he was rumored for that. So there you go. Another one being mentioned right there in my ear. I'll get it once we have it all. He's tweeting this all, or he's putting it all out on Truth Social. So if you want to go find out that, I'm sure Adara might have it. What's up, Adara?
Yeah, it is worth noting here, I am hearing reports here, Politico and some other outlets, but mostly Politico, I'm hearing saying Trump is expected to select Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to leave the health aspect. MNMD, this is MindMed, actually getting a spike up on this catalyst. I'm seeing that on social media, so I wanted to pull that up. There is actually a nice spike to the upside in volume for MNMD, but we also have the futures pushing a little bit lower. We do have Fed Chair Powell here making some comments with regards to the switch over of presidents here, saying that it's not common that changes in government policy have immediate effects on the achievement of goals. So basically saying it's unlikely that whatever administrative changes, and it sounds like there could be some big ones, they're not really likely to impact the Fed, or at least they haven't. That hasn't been the case in the past. I'm still listening, though. I will keep giving you guys updates. Right now, this Q&A has really been pretty heavily focused on the independence of the Fed and treasuries, guys.
For all of that, I want to go over to MSOS on that report as well, but not much happening. Good little look on MNMD, MindMed, MNMD. MNMD, not F. We don't have a pink sheet name yet. All right, $8 and change here for MindMed. So a nice little mover there. Thanks for that update, Adara, on that last report. Okay, so we did get a dip down now. I think we should take some out on Amazon. I am bidding. I thought I was bidding this name. I guess I did not. So let's put a bid out right now. Again, we'll take out another 2% right here at 55. So we put that bid in and take it. So we like that trade. And then we did take another bid here at 15s or so on SMCI, waiting to see if we get an 18 flat fill. If we get that, then we would like to take another piece out for us on SMCI. I'm trying to, and so is Adara. We'll all get you the best news as we get it. Powell's still talking, so I'm still hearing some updates in my ear. If anything dramatic comes through, obviously, we will indicate that to you as well. So right now, that's what's happening in the markets. And yeah, what else do we want to look at, basically? Moderna right now falling, apparently. What? Moderna's $40? Like, what is even happening right now? That's a big move for Moderna. Oh, boy. Right now, let's see what's up, Adara. Oh, boy.
But from what I'm aware, it seems like this Moderna move down could be a reaction to that potential Robert F. Kennedy Jr. nomination. He is very notably a proponent of anti-vaccination beliefs. So although it is worth noting, actually, before this was announced, he previously said that he would not fight a war on vaccines should he be chosen for this role. So now he reportedly is chosen for this role. We still have the vaccine selling off. So basically, again, from what I'm seeing here, there could be some, keep an eye as well on Pfizer, anything that's kind of known for vaccines here, because Robert F. Kennedy Jr., notably anti-vaccine, and now reportedly, according to Politico, stepping into that health space. I'm seeing here online that NVAX, PFE, and LLY also selling off in response.
Yeah. Pfizer as well.
Yeah, so right
short?
now, see, this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about right now. Yeah, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., lead. She already got it. Yeah, so we already got that. What I'm talking about with this is that there's going to be plays like that. It's just so funny that we just talked about it with Matt Gaetz and some of these other plays. And that is like, know the plays that could be there, because we knew this for Kennedy. I for sure, like, I've been watching all the shows and they've been talking all about this and some of the potential policies that come in place. So again, really smart for a lot of you that were able to figure this out. Look, we have e-signal right now. You got to trade smarter, not harder. Make sure you click that QR code on your screen. What we're trying to do is analyze, strategize, and capitalize on these market moves. And there's no better place to do that than with best winning charts, the best tools, the trade rates, the watch lists, to be able to have the best data, most reliable data. I've used it for, honestly, 22 plus years, e-signal, and I've never had an outage with their charts. So that's 100% the truth. Charts to change the game. The back testing is huge. Some of the strategies that I like to look at, you can use tick replays. They're really super smooth. I love the program. I love the platform. It's all you need in one place. It's e-signal. Make sure you scan that QR code below and take advantage of, I believe, the 1 free month associated with that. But go check it out and let them know that you got it from Trader TV. But if you can scan that QR code, I guess that would be the thing. Check the link in description as well if you are watching. All right, Amazon, boom, got that fill. Boom, SMCI got that fill. So things are starting to come in right now. We're getting lighter and lighter. It's only 3:37. We said that we would have a quick look at who reports tonight, but was there anything? So you're still in the Disney trade, so I guess
I'm watching Pfizer right now. I'm watching Moderna.
Good call. Yeah, what is going on with Pfizer?
Look at that stacked bid, man. That's absolutely crazy here.
Yeah.
I'll pull up the tape. 26 is holding right now. Looking for some prior levels here on Pfizer.
Yuck.
And Pfizer, again, has been trading since before for a very, very long time. But so we do have a lot of range in terms of, or levels in terms of the downside here. I have 25s here. So we did break that 26 on this news. Volume still coming in. So that stacked bid definitely got taken out right there. Let me just pull up the tape so you guys can follow along here. I think the filter is on. Yeah, the size filter is on. Chart, maybe not as important right now. So I'm gonna pull these up here to see what is going on. So yeah, so there's a bit of size on that 25.99s as of right now, sandwiched between this 25.95 as well on the EXP. So let's take a watch. I'm going to be continuing to watch this. That selling came in quite aggressively. We're coming in all the way from 26 halves right now. So I'm just going to see if that bid kind of steps back in at some of these prior levels here. So the last time the bid stepped in aggressively on a higher time frame, I have on a daily chart here at 25.28. So we're trading in the 25s right now, so nothing too crazy. I don't know if Moderna, I should probably watch mRNA as well.
The big problem for me is this XBI. Like, this is, again, another thing, like, you got to think about, this is the biotech ETF, so I'm in this name, and I'm not in it huge. I'm waiting for more opportunities. But what a dramatic, we talked about this the last couple of days, what a dramatic move in the XBI here. So this is a biotech name. Some of their largest holdings, Amgen, there's, I didn't do the research on it like I probably should have, knowing about Moderna, so I'm not off the top of my head, I'm not sure what Moderna's percentage is, but that's gonna be in there. Amgen, the biggest one that has some AbbVie, some Bristol Myers, basically just the development of bioscience, so drugs, different procedures, things like that, and they're getting hit right there. Obviously, if we're going to have an administration that doesn't necessarily believe in technology like that way, as far as Moderna, mRNA, vaccines, and so on and so forth, definitely a play here from XBI. So I'm going to buy some weakness until we're wrong on this name. Like, I love this name back into here into $95, $96. I like it for reasons like we talked about, just where this world's going. Lower interest rates, I believe, helps this environment and this business. So I really like it. Yeah, just 20 minutes left. Is the show going too fast for you or too slow for you?
No, I'm saying, what is it, like this action, we're selling aggressively, there's only 20 minutes left. Like, should I really be looking for a bid to step in and revert this move? I don't know.
I'm not trying to set the Rivian. I just saw Matt see that. I'm not trying to set the world on fire is what I was going to say with these trades. But that's why I'm just sitting here, relaxing, having a good time, sipping on some apparently Earl Grey tea here, which we're almost done, by the way. I should have got lemon ginger, more for the throat. Right there. Okay, so I don't know if Powell's done yet, but we're going to go over to Adara and see what she's up to. What's up, Adara? Not yet.
Just a quick update here on the Jerome Powell situation. That is not the focus of this throw. Basically, here we still have Jerome Powell talking to moderator Catherine Rampell. Quite a few of these questions do have to do with politics and apparently, I guess, labor and workforces. Basically, Jerome Powell has said he can't answer some of these, but right now they're discussing productivity. So just a quick update there on what's going on with the Fed Chair Jerome Powell talk as the SPY grinds near day's lows. Now, I also have KO up here, Coca-Cola. This name and Mondelez, two names that I noticed, MDLZ, they're both in that kind of junk food, for lack of a better term, space. These are names also getting hit with volume spikes to the downside on reports from Politico that Robert F. Kennedy Jr., RFK Jr., is likely to be selected by Donald Trump to lead the health and human services sector. So keep an eye on KO, MDLZ, and any other names in those space. McDonald's, worth noting, actually not moving down on this. So it seems more like manufacturers of these products, guys.
This is just so wild, man. There's so many wild things happening right now in this market, and we're going to get another example here with Moderna, with Pfizer. I see you just got into Pfizer there. Anything on your mind?
No, nothing great. I'm just kind of watching, keeping
Amazon is
keeping
tanking
it a bit tight here. As again, that selling kind of starts to slow down. I don't know if it's done just yet, but just kind of continuing to watch some of the lows there. 25.85s are the low right here. We're trading 25.92s. Here's some EdgeX stepping up there on the bid in front of 90s right here. I'm just looking to see if that 26 kind of is a bit of a claim here. That aggressive selling did kind of slow down. And again, we only have about 8 more minutes, 7.5 minutes until these imbalances come out. And that was a pretty extensive move to the downside here on a few of these names.
Yeah, we're huge in Amazon. Amazon just really tanked, dude. I have no idea what was going on there with Amazon, but we just got another. I mean, it's $1.50 right now in the money, so we'll props that up as SMCI keeps going downside as well. Like, what's up with that right now? This market is definitely giving some back here, and we're happy to take it, man. We're happy to take all of that right now. So give it to us all the way back in right now for this market as we watch out with some concern, right? I mean, the market's fallen in here. SMCI, we just got 18s there, but it's this name that's really falling. It's Amazon, and we did not reload it. We said that we would just sit here and watch out for this market. Today, after the close, though, we're expecting a couple decent names to go through. AMAT coming out today. Again, that should be a big report. EPS looking at 218, revenue of 6.94 billion, implied move of over 5.7%. Here's another name that's been getting hit recently as well. Applied Material, well off the highs and in the right space. So we'll see if they can impress a little bit. Watch out below on AMAT for sure, I would think on that one anyways. All right, so that's going to be a little bit of an area of concern for us. AMAT, we also have OKLO coming through again. Oh, wait, that says Alt-C. All right, I'll find out the name if that was just recently changed, but OKLO coming out after hours as well, implied move over 15%, and then ASTS, implied move of over 20%, and that's coming to an earnings board near you. What's up, Adara? No? Oh, no, what's up to Adara?
Okay.
What is in this tea anyways, by the way? This is a really interesting situation there.
Yeah. I'm just, I'm kind of just again, watching this Moderna, watching this Pfizer. Not too much time left in the day, guys. Only about 15 minutes roughly left during the day. So yeah, let us know in the chat. What are you guys trading? Are you guys watching this Moderna, Pfizer kind of move to the downside as of right now going into the close? Market tailwind's definitely on the side of this trade, but that 2100, we're trading right near that 2100 there. We did get below that 6 thou from the morning session. We were kind of holding that 6 thou on the ES. We got significantly below it, trading now in the 59.70s right now. Maybe not that significant, but about 30 points lower there on that. So Google actually got to VWAP there. So a nice little, I guess that reversion idea that Sharif had definitely worked out. Took a longer time than expected, but worked out nonetheless, making higher highs and higher lows. Bit of a held bid on top of that 74.30, 74.40s, 174.40s there on Google. So interesting stuff nonetheless. Let's see if we can get a bit of a bounce going into the close here on these I guess biotechs. Yeah, interesting flush, strong volume, and that selling kind of slows down, and maybe a little bit of stalling and some reserves happening here on the bid. So I'm just going to continue watching some of this price action into the close. Intraday news, man. We were talking about this. Softy had intraday news today, and pretty much it was a little bit, fugazi, like we said before. Everything got bought right back up. So yeah, bad news. Nice discount on the ticker. That's what it sounds like.
That's the thing. I mean, whenever you get that bad news story, it's like, okay, like what is that exactly does it mean? I figured out what it was. I have the news in my ear right now. It's just like I'm hearing all these things. It's like I'm thinking about throwing and not throwing, but we do not have Adara right now. So, all right, there goes Amazon to the downside. So it is Oklo. What other actions? All these winners? OKLO right here as well. All right, what's up, VRO's trades? You're stuck with 1750 puts on what? On SMCI? You're not stuck with those. Those are going to be printing tomorrow. Yeah, I don't. What are you going to do with them? I mean, why? First of all, you got 1750 puts, so I don't know. That's the low. So I would say that, yeah, right now they're not looking super awesome. But again, I don't really see super micro super awesome. I don't really see too many opportunities for super micro to rebound. I mean, you could get that short squeeze again coming through. I mean, unless they miraculously file out of the blue, which I guess would be great because that would take some of the delisting requirements and put them back in their favor. So I like the puts. You got to understand that if you are buying or you're buying puts right now, they could expire worthless. Like we could be near the bottoms. We had looked at SMCI again on a weekly look, so SMCI right here. And if we're going to look at that on a weekly chart, these are again the E-signal charts, really smooth, really easy to use, really quick. Yeah, you've already broken below this level, so I like the look. I don't think we stop. I mean, this is $10, $11, and we were just here back July of 23. Like it went up 10 times only to fall all the way back in. So yeah, I do think it could find its home. When you're watching Happy Gilmore, he's like, go into your home, and he's yelling at the hole there and the ball to get in there. I feel like SMCI has a place down there in everybody's heart in and around $10. So that would be a level that I'd be interested in there for SMCI in and around $10. So yeah, that's a level there for SMCI. So I wouldn't worry too much about those puts other than the fact that you're just hoping for supreme negative news. And if you get it, then you should be able to win on that. But yeah, we'll see tomorrow. Look, yesterday at this time, we were talking about it at $20.50. Today it's at $18. Tomorrow it could be at 15. Let's wait to see what happens on SMCI. You just need one major shareholder to start dumping, and you'll see the reaction come through, right? We saw that with Hertz when Carl Icahn started dumping his shares. That went over into the pink sheets as well, only to come back. So watch out. There could be some pressure on this name for sure.
Yeah, no, super chat by Rohit Sharma, Moderna under 40, who saw that coming? Yeah, I don't know, man. Did you see that coming? I guess it has been kind of trending down on the bigger picture overall. But as of right now, a bit of a strong flush all the way from 41.5s to 38.76s on Moderna and Pfizer as well. Pfizer pushing from 26.30s all the way down to 25.85s right now. Bidding back above, catching a little bit of a bid going into these imbalances, coming out in about, I guess, a few more minutes here, or actually one more minute, Sean. So we're about a minute away from some of these imbalances. So just going to continue to kind of you know what? I'm going to piece out of a little bit of this right now, going into. You're getting more of Amazon.
Oh, getting out of some more Amazon. Yeah. Because same reasons.
Makes sense. Yeah. About 30 seconds.
Oh, SMCI is below 18. I'll take that. Right there. Okay, so right now we're getting out of some Amazon right there. As Amazon just held us at 17s. SMCI's here. We have 5% left of each. Oh, I didn't get that fill on SMCI. Okay, I'm going to punch out some right now. All right, there it is. Okay, well, we got the 98s anyways. All right, we're getting more and more out here on SMCI as we wait for those imbalances, which will hit. I'll just call them up for you in 2 seconds. There it is right here. It's going to hit in 1 second. Now activate for filter, and here we go. Let's see what winds up happening right now. All right, 3, 2, and 1, and now we have the imbalances. So, all right, nice moves to the downside for SMCI, I guess, a little bit right here. All right, it's New Holdings. We had that name in our book before as well. We like that name, NU. Microsoft turns out to be a bid, Obi, as that shoots a little bit north side there. Amazon, what are you up to, Amazon? All right, shoots higher, so that was a good out. We do have little pieces left. I'm going to get another piece out here on SMCI, and then maybe we'll just bid the rest out there on Amazon. But so far, so good here into the close. Another pretty successful trading day here today. We'll have a negative name, not really, SMCI. That's it. We have one negative name, SMCI, and we talked about, I mean, we're getting out now. We talked about what we did here. It's basically flat. The other name that we're going to have, well, I guess position pending, maybe it'll go positive, but not really too much, and that's about it. Oh, one more small little one, SMR. So this one, we do have this one as a red name for us today. Got it in, got it out, but again, end of the day, pretty red. But the winners are here, man. Nvidia was a good one. We talked about that long, boom, right there to the upside. IBIT, kablamo. We really like IBIT down, right there as well. So that was a good spot for us on IBIT on the bids as well. BTCT, we're up on that, but barely. And that's about it, man. Oh yeah, and then Disney. What a good trade there on Disney today for sure. Both of us had that one. Great trades on Disney.
I think that was very.
Maybe
solid.
We can repeat tomorrow and
sure.
nail some of this out of the park.
Yeah, we got some earnings for tomorrow. We got some earnings day twos as well. We're getting intraday catalysts as well. We saw Softy today. We see some of these biotech names happening as of right now. So I did piece out of majority of that Pfizer push. Got long, kind of I guess. Oh, okay. So did get long a little bit early there. But that bid does come in right here, continuing to push it a little bit to the upside past that 26. I think the reversion on Moderna was a little bit better here. If you want to look at mRNA, also buy imbalance on Softy has that one kind of going as well. Did want to mention that. So Moderna, nice little reversion there as well. What is that, from 38.70s to 39.45s? Did hit about 39.70, so about a point of reversion right there. I don't know in terms of percent ATR how much that is. But that kind of reversion happening here on Pfizer as well as we push into the close here. So 952, nice. 352 right now. 352, pushing to the upside on some of these tickers here. Google as well, kind of still chopping underneath VWAP. So I was pretty much wrong. I thought we could not get back to VWAP, but we did get back to VWAP, but didn't really get that far past it. 176 highs right now on that test. On that VWAP, you can see that volume that comes in aggressive when we did get through that VWAP right there. So nice, interesting price action nonetheless here. About to pair in about 2 more minutes, I guess. You see that Cisco, man? That Cisco
is that fading out?
A buy imbalance, but it seems like it's kind of selling off right now. It started selling off a little bit earlier as well, around 330, 340, going into the close with prior highs as well. Double top highs at 58 on Cisco. Interesting. So gotta see how that one closes there on Cisco. But yeah, I'm not really seeing anything else. What's going on, Adara?
We do have Fed Chair Jerome Powell saying that the PPI was slightly more of an upward bump this morning. Just to recap, every single number but the month-over-month PPI was 0.1% higher than expected. Also said he's going to have to do a deep dive into that report. So apparently PPI potentially a bit concerning there, at least for Fed Chair Jerome Powell, also saying here that if data lets them go slower with regards to the rate cuts, that's going to be a smart thing to do. So a couple more cautious remarks actually being made here by Fed Chair Jerome Powell, who, yes, is still talking 5 minutes to the bell, guys.
So he's
right
still
there, man.
talking.
This guy's a hard-working guy. You know what I'm saying? He's going to come on
step off
Trader TV
after.
Live one day. Yeah, he's got a lot on his plate there. So shout out.
I would love to meet the reversion
Powell.
man.
Oh, he's still on air. They're behind us right now. You wonder why I'm hearing voices. I mean, I got Ramin saying all these things here. All right. Hello, Jerome. All right. So just real quickly, man, thank you so much for the show. BioNTech also coming in right now, down 8%. Take a look at that, Obi. Nice little move downside for BNTX right now, as well as you were talking about Pfizer. And again, these are some of those cabinet appointments. We talked about that, some of the effects that they would have here in the market. And it seems like we are getting some sort of. Okay, what's up, Adara?
Sorry, guys, another interruption. It's worth noting, apparently, this is going to be the last question for Fed Chair Powell. Catherine Rampell, the moderator, just posed it. Now Fed Chair Powell is going to be responding, so be aware. Things could be wrapping up very quickly. I'm also seeing more comments with regards to that ongoing RFK Jr. report. Just to clarify, I have mRNA up here because that one took a pretty big hit. We did have the political reporting here that Trump is expected to pick RFK Jr. there to lead his HHS. Now we have CNN reporting more specifically that Trump has actually already offered the secretary position, in the HHS to RFK Jr. So there actually seems like, according to CNN, there's been an offer. Now there's going to be closing remarks here. Jay Powell has already stopped talking, guys.
All right, thank you for that, Dara. Yeah, no, I got out of everything pretty much flat on the day now. We only have about 5 minutes left until the closing bell just underneath. So yeah, no, pretty crazy. Someone saying Tesla getting on. Random oddities saying Tesla is getting wild. Let's take a look at Tesla. I was looking at BNTX because Sean kind of pointed it out. Both Moderna and Pfizer catching a little bit of a bounce, but BNTX nowhere near that level of bounce happening on BNTX. So interesting. I'm curious to know which one of these biotech names will continue to sell off, and other ones might catch a bid. We talk about that Pfizer and Moderna both being a little bit of a. I mean, they were pretty strong companies even before COVID, right? Pfizer, if you go back and look at it, before the dot-com boom, it was definitely one of the top tickers in the markets. And you can see that it was also pushing its all-time highs in and around that time. So again, this is some of these tickers that have a history might have a better chance of maybe potentially catching a bid at prior levels. BNTX, haven't really heard of that one, but that's just me in terms of before COVID, right? Definitely a popular name during COVID was BNTX as well. There was something that I was going to look at, Tesla, right? Tesla. People saying got body slammed. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's been getting body slammed, man. I mean, we talk about that 350 failure to follow through on the intraday. Not only on the intraday, sure, that's great and that's fine, but in the after hours, we bid all the way up and then take all of that back with an aggressive sell coming in the pre-market session here, and then pushing even further to the downside there to 320s. So we're gonna see if that action continues. We've been only selling off since some of those highs there. So 350s highs, we can't really get past those. 347 highs, we can't really get past those. 345s, and then now we're stepping even lower. 330s today, we couldn't really get past off the open. 329.99. Is that a discount? I don't know, but definitely on sale as sellers are in charge here on Tesla, and coming back to the downside. So yeah, hit a high of 360s, coming back down to the 311s, 310.37 is the day low as of right now. So did it get body slammed? Perhaps. Sean, I see that Sean's walked to the big desk. So don't forget, guys, we do have a market recap coming up for you guys to see, to cover all the earnings reports that are coming out tonight, and to cover a few other things as well, what happened on the day today. So hopefully you guys have had a solid trading day. Hopefully some good decisions were made. I got to go back and kind of review some of my trades. Again, I was in Disney, I was in Pfizer, I took a single trade on SMCI as well. Now, shout out to Sean. Sean had some dope trades on both the SMCI and Disney there in the morning session, and pretty much held that SMCI near going into the close. So solid trade there on a I guess a level to level move happening on SMCI. Continuation short to the downside. And again, we still have a bit of market tailwind on our side for those shorts that did come in today. So anybody and everybody who was short, sitting on a lot of these names, definitely, I guess, laughing straight to the bank on the day today. So I'm going to take a quick look at some of these constituents here. Bitcoin trading at 87 halves. That's not a constituent, but I had it up on the chart. But pretty much sideways for a lot of tickers here. Amazon sold off. Nvidia sideways, pretty much inside. Google with the strong sell. Couldn't really bid back up too crazy, but came all the way back into that VWAP as of right now. Softy pretty much sideways. Couldn't really get past its highs at 328s. Apple, probably the strongest one out of all of them. I didn't see what Meta did and Berkshire, but yeah. So, oh wow, look at the bid on Meta. What is happening on Meta going into the close? That's absolutely crazy there. That bid started at about 330, pushing aggressively higher. Talk about a reversion coming in. The last 10 seconds, I got to hit the countdown, guys. But that move on Meta, that's absolutely crazy. I got to figure out what's going on there. Don't forget, the bell is sponsored by Worksport, WKSP. Check them out. Scan the code. It's right there. And 3, 2, and 1. Thank you, Adara. The market is now closed. Still after hours. But you know what's bigger than that? That's the market recap. So don't go anywhere, guys. We have Sean and Adara covering the earnings reports and a market recap. And Ramin will let me know when that's ready. Ramin's saying, "What's the best burger I've ever had?" That's a tough question. It's a tough question. I don't know, man. I've had so many great burgers. You know, so many great burgers. Ones that stand out right away. I don't know what it was, but I think there's a place down here. We just went a couple days ago called Aussie's. Aussie's makes a pretty dope burger. I don't know. There's a couple diners that I've had some solid burgers at. I can't remember their names, but you know, a good burger is a good burger. I don't know what the constituents of said burger can change and vary over time, but you know, I don't know how long I can continue to talk about burgers. Five Guys Burgers, perfect. Okay, yeah, Ramin's right. I can probably go on forever if I were to describe what kind of burgers I want. But who cares about burgers? Time for the market recap. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy, guys.
What's up, everybody? Thank you, Obi. Do it again. Okay, well, see, we're so prepared for this. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the recap show. Thank you, Obi, for that. Yeah, good burgers. You like a good burger, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge burger person, but like if it's made really well, I'm like,
Or would
yeah.
you like have like a chicken sandwich or like a burger? Like, what would you prefer?
A burger.
Okay. All right, good. Chick-fil-A?
I've never been to Chick-fil-A. You guys keep telling me to go and I keep forgetting. The one
we'll have to
closest
go.
to be closed, but I will. You guys said there's that one near the subway station, so I have to go there.
One closed? That Chick-fil-A closed?
The one near me, yeah, the closest
What's going
one.
on in this world right now? We had a good number from Kava. I mean, Kava was a good number, and then a fade back in as well as we get going. So AMAT is now out. Welcome, everybody, to the show. We will be going over earnings here as we get them. Welcome to the Market Recap Show. We do have AMAT out, and AMAT right now is a fail. It is starting to go to the downside just a little bit right here. Nice day for AMAT. Came back to the downside right now. We're going to get those numbers for you. What we're looking for is an estimate of 218 EPS with revenue of 6.98. We'll get those for you in just a few seconds. As AMAT is now out, it looks like it's a beat a little bit here, starting to go back up to the upside. Adair, what do you got?
Yeah, so they did beat here from what I'm seeing. And again, I'm not seeing any estimates right now. I'm just seeing like pure like numbers. They did report here. So I guess for them, it's fiscal Q4 2024. They did report adjusted earnings of $2.32 per share, above estimates of $2.19 per share. That would be a beat. Then we have sales here of $7.05 billion, above estimates of $6.954 billion. I was also telling Sean the other thing we're keeping an eye on, other than earnings, is going to be these 13F filings, because we do have those coming out. Apparently, Trian's now, that's Nelson Peltz's group, they have exited their entire Disney position. Disney didn't make much of a move there, but keep an eye. If I see any big moves on 13F related things, I will be letting you guys know right away. Also, I'm seeing some more notes on AMAT as it drops. Their quarterly revenue is up 5% year over year, but their GAAP earnings per share are down 12% year over year. And non-GAAP, which is this number here, $2.32, that's up 9% year over year. But again, non-adjusted number actually is below estimates. Annual revenue up 2%, annual GAAP EPS up 6%. Because keep in mind, this is Q4, so we're also seeing the yearly results. Generally, seems pretty positive for AMAT, other than that GAAP EPS miss, guys.
AMAT going the other way right now, going actually to the downside right now. AMAT down now 3%, completely reversing, coming back in. I just want to give a big shout out to people that are here right now who stayed late with us. Just real quick, this is not roll call. I just want to say what's up to James, Sean Fry, Others Inc., Rob Winter, Paul, Timon's here, S. Samuel's here, TH, Drops, Trades is here as well. Chill Vibes, everybody is going off right now. Thank you so much for joining us one more time here today. So let's go over some of the market. I mean, we had FXI pull back just a little bit. We didn't look too much at China. I'm actually going to call in about a 5-minute chart, give us a better look on the daily. So FXI comes in a little bit here today, back down to 30 bucks. A good look there. We talked about Secretary of State and so on and so forth. Some negative comments regarding more stake in Wynn Resorts now. Someone else just took it there on the 13F, so there's another one there. FXI in trouble now below the 50-period moving average, as you can see right there. That's not a great sign. We want to buy at 50-period moving averages, but I'm not going to buy FXI. I don't like the story. Generally, if you think the story is still intact, but you did have a fade out, these are decent levels to look at right there. So FXI on China worries coming back in again. You're going to have tariffs. You're going to have all of that in place there for FXI. Uranium with a little bit of a better day. I think it's a little bit of a sleeping giant. You know the new ETF that I'm trying to look at here? QTUM.
Really?
Yeah, this is the quantum computing ETF.
We got Oklo earnings as well.
We've got Oklo earnings. Okay, let me see what's going on. OKLO. We'll have a look at Oklo right here. For the day, nicely done. Looks like they're coming back in just a little bit here on the 5-minute chart, down to $23. So I see what you're saying in there, Joe Mama. He says, make market green again. We're not that far from all-time highs. I mean, what else are we supposed to do? We're hitting the buy keys. I was hitting the sell key late on Amazon. We hit the sell key late on Powell talk. Is he gone? He's gone now, right? He's done?
Yeah, he's gone.
So Powell is gone, so we don't expect too much from the market here. But this is what the Qs did near the end of the day as Jerome came in to the building around 3 o'clock, which is right here, which is when that sort of drop fell back in $2 there for the Qs, letting them close at and around the lows. What's going on with Oklo?
I'm trying to find here these earnings here. Let's go financials. It's another thing where I have to go through the actual page to read through them. But yeah, okay, this report is for, have they published it? They have not published it on their site. Oh, yeah, I haven't published it on their site yet, from the looks of it. When I see anything, I'll let you guys know.
Why is there a news story that Palantir is switching over to the NASDAQ? I've never really heard of a stock like
NASDAQ or DoorDash did that.
DoorDash did that as well? Okay, so all right, I guess they don't sign. I mean, we'll have to go back and find out the
that
deal.
Is correct.
How long they were. Yeah, but Palantir, that's not, I mean, here's the stock. I just want to have a quick look into it. That's not really going to change anything. Nothing really at all other than the QSIP, I guess, for the stock. So here's Palantir right here if you want to have a quick look at it. I'm nervous about this stock. We've talked about it a little bit. I've been selling a little bit up here, not that much. I still want to hold this for as long as we possibly can, but I just wonder if some of these trades are going to unwind a little bit here, as this always seems to happen, right? You get a huge bump up in crypto then fades out. Same thing with a lot of these meme stocks, big bubs and then a little bit of a fade, and then we figure it out after that. We're getting a reduced stake in ARM Holdings right now as well. ARM, so this is an interesting name here, back into the 200-period moving average. That's the green line. So if you're going to be watching out for that, 134 flat here for ARM could be a spot. Okay, Donald J. Trump Jr. now talking about Robert F. Kennedy there for HHS security there. So he's going to be in that. DJT, is that moving around here in the after hours? No, $27 here on the daily. I think it's put up or shut up for this name. If you like the stock, buy it here ahead of the 50-period moving average. But if you break below this $25 mark, I would say see you later for a little bit right there. So that is what it is, Darwin. RFK Jr. HHS is now confirmed. We've got that a couple different sources. Adair brought us that about an hour ago. For me, that affects XBI. Watch out for some of these healthcare spots. XLV is another one. What's going on with XLV today? Yeah, look at this, man. A lot of these ETFs, maybe XLV's the play. Will RFK do anything with Humana, with some of these other places, United Health, things like that? What is going on with healthcare right now? I don't know enough about that political landscape over there and what exactly that means, but there it is to the downside, XLV along with XBI. The other one is IBB, another major name pulling back in right now too. So I'm going to do some more research on this, but I think these are all buys in and around this area. I like the space. I like what lower rate means for this. But I guess with this new administration, we're going to have to watch out exactly what's going on. A name that I think that's been getting hit and washed out. I don't think Trump is necessarily against solar, by the way. Like, I just think it would have been better if the Democrats were involved, right? So let's talk about new energy. I mean, I know we're going to be talking about drilling and things like that, but first solar, definitely the best of breed getting hit to the downside. The ETF that you're going to look at for solar is TAN, but that's going to have solar edge, end phase, and whatnot involved with that. If you just want to buy the best, why not just do that? Michael Noss has talked about this a couple of times. Buy the best name in the space. You don't necessarily have to buy the ETF, but end phase, look at this destructed name as well. You want to talk about a name that you didn't want to be in, end phase. Look at the weekly chart for that, $337. Shout out to Hydration Nation. We're going to take a sip right here.
I have 2 water bottles, so.
All right, cheers, Adair. What did you wind up getting there? Is that a matcha?
That is a matcha.
You know what I tell them when I get a matcha? Extra hot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I usually tell them extra matcha.
Extra. Can you do extra? You can tell them extra matcha?
Oh, I don't usually do the second cup, but Starbucks, because if you already get a matcha drink, they will add matcha for you, and it's free. Life hack. Sorry, Brian Nickel. I'm going to save some people some nickels, too, with this life hack.
What was that life hack again?
If you go to Starbucks and you're already getting a matcha drink, you can add extra matcha for free.
Okay. So if you're already paying $7, you can get a little extra scoop of matcha.
Yeah, more caffeine for free. They do not
This
charge
matcha
me.
has
I
tons
don't
of
know
caffeine.
how he's changing things around there. I can't speak to that, but we'll see.
Okay. All right. Some Destaken Apple getting, again, we're getting 13F filings right now, so we'll hear all of the stories as they come through here. But I'm going to go back.
Not seeing much movement.
No, there's not too much movement. So again, remember, when you're filing these 13Fs, most of them are as of what, June 30th? So there's not, like, there's a ways away from this. Like, if they've dissolved their position, it would have been as of June 30th.
Oh, sorry, no, it's September 30th.
Oh, these ones are September 30th now?
Yeah, it's comparing the June ones to the September ones.
Okay, so no over note. But at the end of the day, still a month and a half old, some of these filings. So look, there's a little bit of a pullback there for Apple as we get down to the downside. Some talk there on Meta today. Meta with a nice move back up. I think Meta's in a little bit of a problem because it's just magneted to $600. It will break through that. I mean, we saw Nvidia bounce around $100 until eventually it broke it. I really like Meta. I like everything about it. It's nowhere near in trouble. The one that's in trouble to me is Google. But again, I don't want to talk about the same names over and over again. So that's Google coming back in. Still okay. Just a little off its highs. I guess it's nowhere near the 50 period. I shouldn't talk too much about that as well.
I have 113F pop, and it is pretty cheesy here. It's Domino's Pizza. DPZ here up nicely with this pop on a Warren Buffett ad here to his portfolio. So Berkshire, apparently this is a brand new position for him. He just started it. That is going to be 1,277,256 shares. That is almost 1.3 million shares here in Domino's Pizza. That is more than a couple slices of pizza for Mr. Warren Buffett. He also, I'm going to read you all the Warren Buffett ones because I think it's worth noting.
I mean,
pardon?
No, it's exactly what you said about DPZ. It's just
he reduced his Apple by 25%, cut Charter by 26%, reduced Ulta Beauty by 97%.
What? I like Ulta.
He just bought Ulta, so that's kind of shocking. Entirely selling his Liberty Sirius XM. He also sold the entirety of FND, which is a ticker I've never heard of, called Floor & Decor Holdings. Other reductions, 7% cut here for Capital One, reducing new holdings by 20%. They had that earnings miss today. And then Sirius XM, so not Liberty, just Sirius, down by 20%. Bank of America cutting another 23%. So the biggest ones there, in my opinion, Apple cut by 25%. Ulta, he only has 3.5% left now, guys.
Look at Ulta.
Oof.
Let's move down, $5 down. Okay, I have a little bit of a beef with all of this because where do you think he announced his position in Ulta Beauty? If you say it's down here, I guarantee you're going to be right. There's the move there. Go back and look. August 13th, I bet, or 14th. Nice move to the upside there on Ulta Beauty. When did he get out? So here's the filing. You said these are as of September 30th. So this is September 30th right here. So there to there, now here, back to the downside. Right now, Viking Global raising their stake in Nvidia. Viking Global right now. So that's going to be another name that's starting to get some action here. Nothing happening right now. All right, OKLO. Let's have a look at what's reported today. OKLO now popping. Maybe now those numbers are now out. Oklo now coming up to the upside. Let's check out.
I only see one number from them.
All right, AMAT still downside as well. We're looking for ASTS. If we have that number, get that to us.
I'm expecting that at 4:30.
Okay, because that's down now pretty nicely. So ASTS now down 14%. I get a feeling, Adair, this one may be out. So get ready for that one.
I could not find them here, but looks like they've been kind of in a downtrend all day. They do have also a short float of 34%, so ASTS's move might be more short float based. I'm not seeing the report, though. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not seeing anything on the interwebs, nor am I seeing anything on Benzinga. I just want to really quickly mention, too, the other Buffett pump is going to be Pool. P-O-O-L. This is another addition, much like what he's adding and like entirely buying for the first time for Domino's Pizza, buying Pool for the first time here as well.
Isn't that
also,
Whirlpool?
someone was asking, what about Oxy? No comment on Oxy. Doesn't look like he changed his Oxy position.
Pool. Yeah, it's not Whirlpool. Pool Corporation. What are these guys doing here? Making of a Pool Corporation engages in the wholesale distribution of swimming pool supplies. Right now, down 10% year to date. So this guy going value hunting right now with Pool. Looks like nice move to the upside. And again, this is going to be as of September, so right into here right now.
Sorry, he actually did reduce his Oxy position by 18%. That just wasn't one of the bigger ones. I just saw that now. But yeah, the bigger, I think Apple cut by 25%. It's pretty huge. And the Ulta cut is massive because it's called Apple.
Yeah, no reaction. I mean, Apple does fall down a little bit right there on that one, but we've already talked about it. Like, it was $70 billion worth of Apple. We'll figure out now. You said cut by 25% or so, so we'll see about a $50 billion or so holding on that one. Yeah, I know. I did see that Palantir is coming to the NASDAQ. I mean, we brought this story to you, and Palantir wasn't moving, so bang. Now it's moving, but I can't take too much credit for this other than the fact that I love Palantir and the fact that I mentioned I didn't know the effect of this, and I didn't see why this would be something that would move the stock like that. But again, why a stock would move it is listing fees. Again, you have to pay. This is why, it's kind of like fool's gold, right? Buy NDAQ. You want to buy NASDAQ? Whoa. Well, the NASDAQ, so let me see what's going on with NASDAQ. Yeah, that's exactly what we thought. As trading gets elevated right here, look who's making all the money, who's collecting all those fees. Look at how well NASDAQ's performed. Year to date on NASDAQ, let me go over here and find out exactly how far it is. 34% year to date, so almost a little bit larger than the NASDAQ. NASDAQ year to date, 25%, same as the SPY. So outperforming that is the NASDAQ, the stock itself. Isn't that funny? You can either buy the NASDAQ stock, or you could buy all of the stocks in the NASDAQ. And of course, completely different names. One is the company, which you're investing in as well. You want to short that thing? XLE, another name here. Wow. Finally, an ETF I'm looking at that I own that's going to the upside. XLE really performing well here. Obviously, we get that Trump bump. Nice upside moves. A name that I really like in the space, Valero. I think this one's a little bit beat up there. SLB's been beat up as well. We could get an upside move in that. XOM, big names here to look at. Chevron and XOM, etc. Adair, if you want to review some of those notes, we can do that at any time. If you,
I can tell you guys kind of what happened today if you missed it. So there was a lot of excitement. I also took some little notes here on Jerome Powell. A lot of what he said was not super market moving. It was more the market reacting to the fact that he was speaking, which he was. One thing he did say was that if people believe inflation will be higher, it probably will be. That's actually a quote. So his whole thing was that's why it's so important to kind of have things measured, because if people panic, then that can lead to some panic in the markets and inflation. He also said it's important that the Fed remains independent. With regards to that first cut, he said, when it became clear that inflation needed a response from us, we responded forcefully. So that is basically his justification for that 50 basis point cut. He also, I guess he talked a little bit about whether or not he thinks there'll be a bit of a change here, I guess, the economic policy, or if there'll need to be a change with the new administration. He says he hasn't seen much for that yet. He said there's also a difference between the role of Fed staff and the role of Fed policymakers. And then he said it'll really depend here in terms of when we know we'll hit the neutral rate. We'll have to kind of wait and see. He had this quote here from Milton Friedman saying monetary policy works with long and variable lags. Basically saying it's not going to be a smooth path. He also did raise some flags about PPI as well. But yeah, in terms of other stocks today, we had another, I was saying this to Sean, it's like every day a spready stock pumps. ASML was pumping this morning really nicely, sold off pretty nicely though too. ASML here with that guidance raise. There were a lot of small caps again like QUBT, QBTS, BTCT, I know you were involved in that, UAVS. Tons of nuclear plays as well as we await Oklo earnings, which for the record, I'm only seeing one number from Oklo, and it is their earnings per share. From what I'm seeing, exactly in line with estimates, negative 8 cents per share versus negative 8 cents per share expected. I tried to go on their website to find their quarterly report, and it did not send me to the right thing. So unfortunately, I have to say oh no to Oklo in terms of my ability to access that report, but I am still looking. I'm still not seeing ASTS either, but I can give you guys a quick AMAT update if people would like. AMAT here, basically, yeah, they did beat for earnings per share and for sales, though their GAAP earnings per share were a miss. Their adjusted beat. But yeah, I'm seeing their guidance as well, but I'm not seeing how that compares to estimates. Their guidance here for fiscal Q1 2025, $6.75 billion to $7.55 billion in revenue, adjusted earnings between $2.11 and $2.47 per share. Let me check Astis again. Oh, they made an announcement, but it's not earnings. So Astis here apparently announcing that it's launched services agreement to enable continuous space-based cellular broadband service coverage for the United States, Europe, Japan, U.S. government, and other strategic markets locally. So apparently a deal that includes the government for ASTS with regards to this continuous space-based cellular broadband.
Good, thanks to Derek. Great recap there.
No worries.
Yeah, I really like doing that. So I was throwing up some symbols as you were talking about that. So I really like that. Third point. Wow, third point, dissolving stake in Uber. That's not going to be good. Also dissolving stake, I just heard something about Amazon as well. So some of these names are starting to feel like, I feel like anyways, a lot of these bigger tech names seem to be going the other way, weightings downside, and we saw a name like Pool, maybe some of the industrial names starting to go back up. And I just wanted to look at Berkshire as well here, because this is another ETF that I call it an ETF, but that I've been buying recently as well. Nice move upside there as insurance, banks, and of course the energy trade continues to work out. Oxy, kind of a no-brainer here today, didn't do a whole heck of a lot there. Occidental downside off of earnings. We'll wait to see if anything's coming on. I'm going to put this into a 1-minute chart. Adair just went over a couple names there. I'm going to go over a little bit of a broader market look here, just real quickly. Healthcare technology, really bad today, man. As you can see, maybe we'll zoom in a little bit. Eli Lilly down 3 points. That's not very good. J&J down as well. Amgen, Pfizer. Basically, when we get Robert F. Kennedy Jr. there for HHS, that's not, I mean, he hasn't talked very nice, not nicely, but, you know, different strategies there as far as vaccines and technologies and what's been happening there in the world and all of that. So I'm going to leave it alone before we get a little bit too political. But that's
what's interesting. He actually said he's not going, like earlier, he said he doesn't want to attack vaccines too hard.
Right. Okay.
So we'll see.
Well, we'll see. Anyways, maybe, I mean,
I just wanted to bring that up.
Again, let's look at that, and then let's talk about what the stock market actually thinks. Moderna right there on the announcement just bleeds down about another $2 down to the downside right now. So if you want to talk about trying to buy a stock right now, Moderna back in May was $170. It is now $40 down there to the downside. Like Moderna getting absolutely pumped right now. I'm not in this name. I thought I liked Moderna because I liked the sort of the cancer side of things. They were using mRNA technology to develop more and more treatments and things like that. But Moderna on the weekly, this is a weekly chart. I'm not sure. Zoomed in and saw a little green one there. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Basically 13 to 14 weeks of no upside move whatsoever. To me, that's oversold. Look at what the RSI is. You can almost not even see it down here. Sub 20 right now. So Moderna continues to get pumped up, pumped down. Pfizer near that spot as well. Yuck. Another name that if you're going to trade it, hold it for the long term. Feel like there's some bumpy rides ahead right now in the space. Okay, the heat map just real quickly, just to show you guys what was breathing life into the market today. It was Apple up 1.38%. And as you can see, like Netflix, just come on, man. Say something negative. I want to buy you. I want this to get a little lower right there. Netflix still up 1% today. That Jake Paul fight, man, that's gonna be wild. The first time ever that my wife has said to me, "Are we watching the fight?" Like, you know, normally I'm like the one trying to get these streams going, getting them all going. Like, I watched Jake Paul fight all of them, you know, and now finally some respect. I mean, no one else is watching boxing. He's finally bringing it back. I mean, who's the heavyweight champion? Go, I'll give you guys 5 seconds.
No clue.
Mayweather, says Fabian. Okay, so that's about the most we have to talk about right there. Floyd Mayweather, the guy been retired for 15 years or something, and that's who Fabian thinks is champion. All right, so here we go. Apple downside. Look, a lot of you guys will know boxing might be really healthy. What I'm just saying is it's not in the heyday right now, and I don't know if Jake Paul's bringing that back. What I'm talking about is the media aspect of it, watching the fight. They're going to sell out Dallas State, whatever it's called, Cowboy Stadium or AT&T Stadium there in Dallas. That's huge for the event, man. Like when it was Tyson versus Buster Douglas there in the Superdome in Tokyo, you're going to get more for this fight. Like, so that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, right? So whether or not it's going to be a good fight, a rigged fight or not, I don't know. But definitely interested there. Retail today, Like retail really got hit today, man. Amazon down 1 point. Come over to the screen here. Amazon down 1.2%. Walmart down 1.2%. When's the last time Costco was down 1%? Home Depot down 1%. TJX, everything to the downside right there. Retail and health, big time movement to the downside today. So semis also. Nvidia, okay, stays positive, but we did have Broadcom to the downside. We have TSM. We had ARM breaking some of those lows as well. Yucky, yuck, yuck there. I'm not even trying to look at the chat because there's probably some people talking about the fight in there. All right, so that's the weekly chart there for Pfizer, continuously moving to the downside. ASTS right now. Wait a minute, APLD. What is that? Applied Digital? Is this what I just heard? A new stake taken by Nvidia? Maybe not. That doesn't make sense.
I mean, they've been involved in them in the past.
Oh, have they? Okay, so there it is right now. APLD. So yeah, there it is. A nice little spike up there for APLD. Get involved in this right now, maybe. I'm just hearing it for the first time right now. Nvidia and APLD. So we'll get the story of this soon. Applied Digital right now. Nice move up. What does it look like here? APLD. This is a live look at APLD with the liquidity. So right now the spread is about 5 cents. Take advantage of that, man. Wipe that bid. Wipe that ask right now. Get 730s. Nice move. Wipe that ass. That doesn't sound that good. Nice move to the upside right there. Swipe it, maybe. Swipe or no swiping. You ever watch Dora?
Yeah, when I was a child, I did explore some Dora.
Dora the Explorer.
The movie in 2018 was actually really fun, I must say. The live-action movie with Mark Wahlberg's nephew playing Diego. I really enjoyed that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, okay.
It made Dora
Mark
cool.
and the Funky Bunch, man.
Yeah.
That's such a good vibration. You know that song? That was a good one there. All right, so anyways, there we go. It is APLD with a nice move back there to the upside. Watch out for that. Right now with Nvidia. Nvidia live look in on Nvidia 146.62. Not much happening right there. Live looking on ASTS as we wait for their earnings to...
We got ASTS. Sorry, I got excited.
All right, there it is. I mean, we just called over to it. ASTS now with earnings. They're down 9% right now. Closes the day in and around. I mean, that big volume spike at the end gets it to $27.50, $28. ASTS right now dropping back in, down to $25, Adara. This is ASTS Space Mobile. We just call it ASTS. I see the numbers as well, but I don't want to spoil the party.
Yeah, I mean, I will tell you guys, with ASTS, I was going to use the caveat. Thank you, Sean, for letting me opine on this. They have almost a 34% short float, so be aware here. This is very heavily shorted. We do have here ASTS here missing their earnings per share, so they lost $1.10 per share. People were expecting a loss of 20 cents per share. That would be quite the miss. But the sales miss is maybe more shocking here. Sales of $1.1 million versus estimates of $24.13 million. But I want to say a caveat here. I was seeing estimates of $2.2 million. So this might be a typo from Benzinga. I can't say that with certainty, but I can say from what I was seeing, the expected revenue was a lot lower than this estimate we're seeing. So I want to put that out there. Sometimes there are typos with releases. I'm not really confident with regards to the sale miss, but I will tell you the number they apparently reported, which is $1.1 million. And again, missing here on earnings per share. If I see an updated with regards to that estimate, I'll let you guys know, because the estimate I was seeing was, to use an OBism, distinctly different from the number Benzinga is giving me, by the tune of times 12. Also, JD apparently, its stake here being increased by 69% by Appaloosa. They also doubled Appaloosa here. They doubled their stake in Lyft. So that is from these. We're still getting 13F filings. Also, I've Win getting added by a lot of people here. So I guess that's a win-win for Win. Yep.
Yeah, I was just reading this. So yeah, Nvidia takes a 7-point-something million share stake in APLD. That's going upside. So I just called up like Palantir. First of all, like Palantir is mooning right now. Like $59 close to $61.50. Oh gosh, I'm going to sneeze. So you're adding about $2, $2.50 onto $59 right now, up 4% right here in the aftermarket, Palantir. And the only news that I'm seeing here, Adara, is that yeah, they're moving over to stock exchange there from the Nasdaq, from the NYSE over to the Nasdaq right here. Life Wallet, I don't know what that's all about. And yeah, so there it is. The statement from Palantir, then the news dropped that they are transferring to the Nasdaq. So. Okay, that's fine. I'm a little bit unaware of why this would be such a dramatic move. So thank you so much to Piper. I just want to ask people how they liking the show right now with Adara and I, and they're loving it right now. Thanks to Bears vs. Bulls. Thank you to Harry. Thank you to the Piper as well for your nice comments there as Adara and I. Trying to switch it up a little bit, showing you different names, different things. We don't need no guests. We don't need no guests to come on. I mean, we do miss our guests. We will have Danielle Shea coming back on the Thursday show pretty soon. She's with her new baby, so we say shout out to her and her new family as she's added to her family. So shout out to Danielle Shea, the best in the business there. And then, of course, we will always have Brian Shannon. And I believe Michael Noss will keep his spot there on Monday as well as we look to do things a little bit differently. All right, it's 4:28. What else do you want to say?
Yeah, I want to quickly see. Apparently, Yannick and Beatrice in the chat giving us an 8.5 out of 10. I'll take it, Yannick.
No,
and Beatrice. That's an A.
Nah.
I mean, but thank you, Sean, for having me back here. I really love being at this desk, and I really enjoy being here and giving you guys these earnings. I'm also seeing another potential thing here in Palantir.
How tall are you, by the way?
Apparently, I'm wearing heels, but I'm like 5'8.5", I think. But Renaissance Technologies, apparently here, this is led by Jim Simon, who's been called the Quant King. He apparently now has Nvidia is the largest position in Renaissance.
Hey-o.
That's the largest position in its portfolio, making up 2.15% of the portfolio. So that could be, that's, I guess, another 13F update there. Jim Simon's having a nice little chunk of Palantir. I'm not sure the extent to which he changed it, but I'm just seeing apparently it is the largest percentage of his entire holdings, in addition to that NASDAQ switch up, which actually did give DoorDash a bit of a boost, because if you've seen DoorDash's stock before the NASDAQ switch up and then after, distinctly different. Again, sorry, Obi, to keep copying your style, but it works.
Obi's sitting right there. He's giving you the mean looks right now. Yeah, we'll figure that all out. And Yannick and Beatrice said he or she gives their kids only a 6 at best. So we'll take the 8.5. We'll take it. All right, it's one time for something really special. We want to thank everybody for watching and do this right now. It's your roll call. All right, look, thank you so much for everybody to join us. I mean, we could not do the show without you. We did a little small roll call at the beginning. I'd like to do that to shout out to people that have been with us here for the whole stream is right now. Thank you for leaving us at 4 o'clock and switching over to us watching this closing show. Again, we're going to try to go over not too many earnings today, but thank you so much. Over 3,000 of you right now. Miguel Lopez, thank you. Tony. Bears vs. Bulls is here. Cryptonomics is here as well. Erie Pages, thank you so much for this. Pershing Square upping. I can't even stop doing this. Nike right now. Okay, I thought it'd be a bigger move there. Pershing Square increasing it. So we've heard from Bill Ackman before about Nike. Thought it might have been a little bit of a bigger reaction to that, but we're not going to stop. It's roll call back again. Hey, what's up, Hambone? What's up, breaking VWAP? Hey, you never want stocks to break too much VWAP right there. So shout out to that. Was Bigley down under says thank you as well. Slow motion. What's up, slow motion? Don't go too slow. Try to get a little faster. You know. What's up to Daryl Flinch? Hey, this guy's been here. We used to have traders on with us as like a guest trader of the day. Daryl, we remember you, my guy. Hope you're doing really, really well right there as well. Hey, says Henry Chung as well. Tony says hi. Bristol says hi. Easy Peasy says hi. Dan H. Yannick and Beatrice is here as well. Hambone. You see anybody else on here, Adair, that you want to say hi to?
We got some people. We got VRO's Trades. We got Steve-O. We got Justin Time. I love a good point in here. So he said for Doge. I mean, shout out to you. I guess Elon Musk also for Doge right now as well. Everything Essence. We have 2 New York Cent. We've got the Piper. Easy Peasy. Joseph Brown. T-Man. Carlton Lockley, Paul, Joseph Birch, Music. I'm going to see if I can find an update here with regards to that situation with ASTS, because I want to know if that estimate was really. I'm not seeing an update here, but like I said, I have a little bit of a question as to what the actual estimate that Benzinga provided was, because it was not the same type of number that I was seeing from other estimates I read.
We're getting a bunch of stuff like Meta Platforms. Someone just put a stake on there. Elliott Investment shows a put position for ARM apparently and in the Spider ETF. They take a stake in XLU. This is Elliott Investment, 1.5 million shares call position as well there. Texas Instruments, they've added that as well. Puts an IWM. Interesting. Added a stake in the Jets ETF as a put as well. So, hey, man, lots of stuff happening. We're going to get through all these 13Fs tomorrow. I'm sure we'll be talking about those. Do your research tonight, though. There's a lot of them. If you're interested in any of that, those are updated positions for a lot of these funds. So thank you so much for joining us one more time. Hey, it's the end of the week, man. Tomorrow is Friday. We'll see about getting some burgers there tomorrow. It should be a fun night. No matter what, enjoy yourself. Enjoy that NFL game tonight. And we will see everybody tomorrow. For Trader TV Adair, I'm Trader TV Sean. That's Trader TV Obi sitting over there just thinking what's going on. Can we get Obi quickly? Oh, boy. Fabian's busy working here. He's by himself there. But there's Obi with the
He was ready.
Obi's like deuces, everybody. All right, thank you, Obi. Obi's back with me tomorrow. So is Adair. So is Fabian. Thank you, Fabian. Thank you to everybody. Thank you, Bears vs. Bulls, everybody, for watching. For now, cheers. Hey, potato, French fries. See you guys.
See you guys.